right, let's see if this is going on. All right, people. All right. Okay, I think it's working now. I think this is working now. We are live. What's going on, people? What's popping? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, today I wanted to talk about, this whole looks, money, status thing. Fabulito28, what's going on, man? What's good? It's crazy to me how there's so many guys out there that are so caught up on, thinking it's all about looks, it's all about how much money you got. It's all about you having this high status and all this other stuff. And I've said this in so many videos, but I still get emails, basically every week from people talking about this shit. From people still saying, yo, it's all about looks, it's all about having money, it's all about this. And the main reason why dudes have this excuse is because they're trying to rationalize why they're not getting what they want in a dating game. That's pretty much all it is. You understand what I'm saying? It's something that they can have so they can say, well, since I don't look good, I can't get girls, and this is why I don't get girls, so they don't have to try to do shit. You understand? Now, don't get me wrong on this shit. Don't get me wrong. Now, you got to understand something. There's going to be women who are going to, think a guy is handsome and she's going to want to have sex with him because she thinks he's handsome, right? But what you got to understand is that her thinking he looks good is specific to her. So it's how she views a good looking guy or a guy who she finds physically appealing, right? So what you got to understand is let's say this woman is into, guys who are really slim. They have they're tall and they're really slim or whatever, right? Now, that means that there's going to be other guys who are good looking who have muscles, guys who are good looking who are, kind of husky, but she's not going to be into that because that's not the look she's into. You feel what I'm saying? Barbara747 was popping. What's going on? So whatever look a chick is into, that's what she's into. And another girl might not be into that look. So this is why I always say to guys, I always say looks don't matter, because at the end of the day, it cancels itself out, because whatever looks good to one woman might not look good to the other and vice versa. So you worrying about that is ridiculous. You understand what I'm saying? But, a lot of guys don't understand it. They don't see the shit that way. You understand? So they're always caught up in using, the whole looks and the status thing as an excuse as to why they're not getting to the point where they want to go, right? But you got to understand that it's not just about that. And also, when dudes talk about money and all that shit, it's like, oh, well, I have to have a lot of money or else I'm not going to be able to, get chicks to like me, right? Or I need money to attract women. And again, the thing with this is that you could actually just lie to a chick and say you got money, right? If it's all about just getting money or having money, you could go to a club, you could, dress up real nice. Jimmy McDonald, what's going on, man? You could dress up real nice, wear some nice, cool, expensive looking shit, talk, tell some girl, hey, I got a whole bunch of money, and get it popping that way. You understand what I'm saying? So you could lie and do all the other stuff. And the thing is, women are going to be attracted or want to get with guys who have a lot of money and all this other stuff. See, the thing is, I'm not saying women aren't going to be attracted to a guy because she finds him physically appealing. I'm not saying women aren't going to want a guy because he has a lot of money. I'm not saying that women are not going to want a guy because he's, has high status. What I'm saying is this, is that if you think that that's the only way to get women, then if you don't have any of those things, you're not going to try to get chicks. You feel what I'm saying? It's not going to go down. It's not going to go down. Barbara747, you said every woman is not going to want the same thing. Exactly. It's really simple. I don't understand how these dudes don't get this shit. You feel what I'm saying? What's popping? Who's this? What's going on?
Hey, this is Tyrone from Minnesota.
What's going on with you? What's the deal?
None. I'm got a few more minutes before I go back to break. I had one quick question about girls who flake.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what's up?
Yeah, like right now, I'm like on the verge of charging this chick to the game because I had earlier I had set up a date with her and whatnot.
Mm.
We're supposed to meet up sometime tonight around 7:30 just to get some coffee and whatnot, just a quick one,
right,
and whatnot. So I already texted her, listen to videos and whatnot.
Mm.
I've already texted her today, this morning, saying, are we still on for 7:30 p.m.
Right.
tonight? She had text back, so I ain't worried about it. I'm just still waiting.
Mm.
The question I have is, because I usually do this to females, like, is it always a good thing to call females out on their flakiness?
Well, the thing is this, is that, it's not necessarily where you need to call them out on their flakiness if they flaking at that moment. You understand what I'm saying? It's more so like, let's say if a chick, you're supposed to see a chick and, she flaked on you or whatever. And let's say that you just stop calling her. You just like, I'm not gonna call this chick. You charge it to the game in your mind. You're not really hitting her up. And let's say she hits you up out of the blue. She's like, hey, what's going on? How you been? And what's up? And this, blah blah blah. And then if she's trying to get together, be like, listen, last time we were supposed to get together, you flaked. So if you want to see me, if you want to get together, then you got to take me out or whatever. So you're bringing it up only when it's the time where she wants to actually get back together or she's hitting you back up. You understand what I'm saying? So after
that's what I meant to say. Yeah,
right.
That's what I was trying to get at. Yep.
Right. So after you fall back and she hits you up, or you know what I'm saying, and she hits you up after that week or so, then you can mention that at that point. You understand what I'm saying? Because you need to sort of bring it up to let her know, like, hey, this is what it is, and that's not cool. So this is what you got to do in order for us to get back together. It's like there has to be some sort of thing she does, to let her know, like, okay, this wasn't cool that you flaked. But the thing is, you don't want to say it or bring it up in a way where you sound salty or bitter or upset. You understand what I'm saying? It should be stated in a way where you're just stating facts. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say, she hits you up, she texts you, she's like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And you're like, oh, I'm good. What's good with you? And then she's like, oh, I'm fine. What's going on? What you up to this weekend? Blah, blah, blah. And then you could even bring it up. She don't even have to bring up, let's get together. You could bring it up. You could be like, listen, we should definitely get together again. But, last time we were supposed to get together, you flaked. So, if you want to chill, you got to do this, this, and this. You feel what I'm saying? And then, so you just bring it up at that point. You feel what I mean? So it has to be all in context, because if it's not in context, it's not going to really register. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, because I remember I did this last time to a female. I think this was way before I started looking at your videos a lot. There was another show that I was looking at on YouTube,
right? And
I had called the chick out on her flakiness, and she was like saying, "No, I think this was when I was looking at your videos." She was like saying, yeah, sorry, I won't be able to make it, da 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 da. And I was like, well, it's cool, no worries. Besides, it's not the first time. You're not the only female that flaked on me.
Oh, so you don't want to say all that.
On that.
You don't want to say all that. Like, see, that's the thing, because if she texts you or whatever, and she's like, and you say, oh, you're not the only woman that flaked, what that looks like is that it looks like you get flaked on all the time. You understand what I'm saying? And it doesn't make you seem valuable in her eyes. You understand? Or just in general, because the thing is this, because even when you're pointing out to the girl that she flaked, like when she texts you and she calls you and she tries to set up another thing, or you're trying to set up another thing, you pointing out the fact that she flaked, you're saying, look, we could get together, but you have to do this extra thing. You have to do something else because you fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? So that you have to do something extra to come back to deal with me. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're talking to if you're talking to a girl and then she's like, oh, I can't make it, and you're like, oh, well, I understand, because I had like 3 other chicks that flaked on me. You understand? That's not gonna send a good message. You understand what I'm saying? Where it's making it seem like, well, I guess it's cool that I flaked on him because all these other girls flaked on him, so there must be something wrong with him, which is why I'm glad I'm flaking on him now. You understand what I'm saying? Versus, you see what I mean? Like it's a different vibe. So don't necessarily bring up that type of situation about other girls flaking. And the only time you bring up the flaking within the situation with the girl is if she's trying to get with you after she flaked, and then you just make it about that specific situation between you and her. You understand? She don't need to know about any other girls that flaked on you. She don't need to know about all that other shit, because what it's going to be like a misinterpretation of how she views you. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I'll just lay back and call me or just play things by ear, because
right.
I had made other plans anyway.
Right.
But is it okay to mention that with your main girl? Because I have a main girl who I mentioned that to earlier, as far as telling her the same thing, like saying this is the first time I've been flaked on.
Right. Yeah. Don't say that to any girl. Don't let you don't need to let any women know about the issues you're having with other women. You understand what I'm saying? Because all women are going to do with that information, they're not going to say, oh shit, these chicks are terrible and they're doing all that bullshit and blah blah blah. What they're going to say is something's wrong with you, which is why the girls did that. That's how they're going to interpret it. You feel what I'm saying? So that
your main girl?
Yeah, even any girl you're talking to, even your main chick, any chick you're talking to, they're going to assume that. You feel what I'm saying? Even if it's your main girl, she's going to be like, what? Like she's going to be confused almost to the point where what's going on with these girls? Why are these girls doing this? Because unfortunately, unless your main girl is very aware of how women are.
Very aware.
Okay, she's aware. That's a different thing.
Other females, because we're not a couple. We just
it's just the girl that you see all the time, right? Right. Well, if she's aware, then that's a different story. But a lot of times, women aren't that aware to how other women are interacting with men. You understand? So they don't even realize when they're doing something ridiculous. So to them, if you tell them, oh, all these chicks was flaking, they're gonna think, oh, well, there must be something wrong with you, which is why all these girls are flaking. You feel what I'm saying? So right. So make sure you don't bring that up with these chicks, and only when a chick says, only bring up the situation of, hey, you gotta, take me out to dinner and pay for everything if she flaked that first time and wants to get back together. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Definitely, man.
All
right, man. I'm gonna holler at you though.
All right, man. You have a good day.
All right, you too. Peace.
Peace.
All right. So what's up, people? We got in the room. We got Ojani, Bon Nuke 117. What's popping? Sir Morganson. What's going on? Mega Giants 89. Khalid Adhameen. What's going on? We got the calls rolling in. What's going on? What's popping? Who's this?
So what's up, man? It's Dom again.
What's going on? What's good with you?
A couple things. First thing, I just want to say, bro, the Bad Boy show last week.
Right.
Yo, that was the best freaking show y'all ever did.
You talking about compromising yourself for women and shit?
No, you need to get Miles more riled up more.
I gotta get it. Yeah, Miles be going off. Miles be going the fuck. And let me tell you, that's exactly how Miles is in real life. Like he goes in. He goes the fuck in. So
yeah. And it's like he wasn't just raging for no reason. He was actually like mad because
right.
Shit was flipping him off.
Right. Nah, it happens sometimes, man. It happens. You know what I mean? It happens. Man.
No, I felt it. No, but so follow up with that one chick, the redhead chick.
Mm-hmm.
She what do you call it? I did that thing. Was the ultimatum?
Right.
Where you on the ultimatum text where you like, hey, this is the last text I'm gonna send you.
Right.
And I did that, and she replied. She's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm really busy.
Exactly. See.
And then I was like, so when are you free to get together? And then she ain't answered. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh man, listen, man, you might have to charge that to the game, bro. Cause if she's doing all that, cause you sent her the text and say, yo, this is the last time I'm gonna hit you up. If I don't hear from you, she hits you back up, and you're like, all right, cool. So what's good? And she's stalling on it. You feel what I'm saying? Like you need to keep that shit moving. You understand? Because a lot of times, girls like that, what they're doing is that they're sort of trying to figure the options out. You understand what I'm saying? And that's cool for them, but you don't need to be waiting around with a chick, doing all that goofy shit. So it's like you know, just you got to keep her on the serious back burner. You understand what I'm saying? To the point where if she hits you back up, you know, let's say because you know she might hit you back up a few days from now, or whatever, and if you're not going to charge it to the game, you know, fully, which I suggest you do that, but if you don't, your whole conversations with her should basically be about you and her hooking, you know, getting together. Anything of that deviates from that with her, don't even deal with it. You understand what I'm saying? So anytime she hits you back, okay, cool. So when you free, what are you doing this weekend? When you free? That's the only thing you asking her or talking to. That's it. You understand? Everything else is nothing. And if she's not responding to that, you know, after the first or second time, yo, you got to keep that moving. You know what I'm saying? I would say keep it moving now. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's how these chicks are, man. You got to sometimes just kick them to the curb, man, and get that shit out of there. You feel what I mean?
Yeah. And last question right. Was so, what's the I know you know you probably smashed like 1,000 chicks and shit.
He said 1,000.
What's the how many numbers do you think a guy should get in a week? Like up and coming, like a dude, like how many girls do you think a guy needs to talk to in a week in order to like get like as much like just shit popping as possible?
Well, this is the thing. The amount of women you talk to, meaning like this should be a consistent amount of women you're talking to. Like the rate of women you talk to should never it should never stop. Meaning like you should always be talking. So I would say like let's say if we're gonna put a number to it, truthfully you should be talking to at least 20 to 25 chicks a day. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
A day, yes. Wow. You understand what I'm saying? And so it sounds like a lot though. But but if you think about it, let's say you're a guy who works and go to school, right? And let's say let's say you on your way to work, like let's say if you take the train or the bus to work, there's girls there you could talk to. Let's say you stop somewhere to get some breakfast before you get into your job, there's girls there to talk to, right? And then let's say you work, and then after work, let's say you go to school, and then there's a whole bunch of girls in your school that you could talk to. You understand what I'm saying? So you can do it during the everything you're doing within that day. You go into an elevator, you might see a girl there, you can talk to her. The trick is that you got to understand, and this is very important. What a lot of guys do is they're waiting for the perfect girl they like. You understand what I'm saying? And then they're like, I want to talk to her. Nah. You talk to as many fuckable women that you see. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand, like, if you see a chick and if I point a chick out and I'm like, would you fuck her? And you're like, yeah, I'll fuck her. Talk to that girl. Would you fuck that girl? I'll fuck her. Talk to that girl. It doesn't have to be your dream girl. It doesn't have to be, like, me personally, I like chicks who look like Kim Kardashian and Beyonce. That's like the type. But I don't see Kim Kardashians and Beyonces all day. But I see other chicks who are fuckable. So I can still talk to a fuckable girl because I'm not trying to marry this fuckable girl. I'm not trying to have I don't need to have a long-term relationship with this fuckable girl. But I can have some sex. I can hook up and have some fun with her. You understand what I'm saying? So just talk to as many fuckable women as possible, because then it gets you used to it. Then you get more numbers, you get more exchanges, and then out of those exchanges you get more dates and more sex. You feel what I'm saying? Again, a lot of dudes, the reason why they fucking up is because they're waiting on that perfect hot chick that they want to talk to. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. You know?
Yeah. All right, man.
Man. I'm holler at you, man.
Yeah, man. You helped me out, man, a lot. Like, I'm changing, man.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad, yo. I'm glad I could help any of you guys out there, man. Because I really want you guys to really, you know what I'm saying, get this shit popping.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you though.
Get a good topic for the bad boys, so Mouse can get angry.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I'll make it happen.
All right, man.
All right, peace, yo.
Peace.
All right, people. So, so we got it up in here. We got a lot of people in here. So, Red Pill Brotherhood. You were saying, oh, we talking about looks, money, and status. Real quick. So, a lot of these looks, money, and status guys be, they be heavy with this shit. They are so heavy with that needing to be the truth. You understand? Red Pill Brother, you said you can't score anything without looks, money, and status. Is that what you're saying? Call up 646-481-3901. Let me write the 646-481-3901. What's poppin'? Who's this? What's going on?
Hey, look, this is Locario. How you doing?
I'm good. What's poppin'? Who's this?
This is Eli. We spoke about like a month ago.
Okay, cool. What's going on with you?
All right. I just had a quick question because I'm actually about to set out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you remember what I was telling you. When I first signed up to the membership, I got on before the new year.
Right.
And I didn't get the book, and you told me to send you a message about it to send it back to me or whatever.
Right.
But then I was wanting to join up to the to your seminar on the 25th and see if I could possibly like meet up with you after. And I saw that you can get the book then as well. So I was wondering if you could suggest me which way I should go about doing that, because I end up getting the book 2 times or whatever.
Right. No, you could get if you get the ticket to the seminar, you go to Locario.com. So you wanted the hard copy of the book, right?
No, I was just money getting it so I could download it on my phone, which would be easier for me to be able to check it out from time to time.
Right.
But I was like, now I'll end up buying it twice. So I was like, I didn't know exactly what should I go about.
So you got the ebook?
No, I didn't, because right after you came out with your information for the March 25th, so I was like, okay, which way should I go? So
okay, I feel you. Nah, yeah, come through to the seminar, get a ticket, and you could get the book. You know what I'm saying? When you come to the seminar, I'll give you the hard copy and everything, and I'll send you the ebook version too if you want that too. You understand what I'm saying?
Do that through the Gmail email?
Yeah. So send me an email actually after you get off the phone, and I'll send you the book, the ebook, and then when you come to the seminar, when you buy the ticket, because there's 2 different tickets. There's a regular ticket, and then there's a ticket where you could get the hard copy book. So if you get the ticket for the hard copy book, you can get the hard copy book when you come to the seminar and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's Mr. Locario at Gmail?
Yeah, mrlocario@gmail.com. You can email me there and shit, and we'll get we'll get that hashed out. You feel me?
Yeah. I have to call you back another time. I just said let me just get you real quick.
All right, cool, no problem, man. So definitely email me and we can make that happen.
All right. Thanks out, man.
Cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, but this whole looks, money, status things, right? There's a dude on YouTube. He made such a good video. Is a dude named Dan Bacon. I think that's his name, Dan Bacon. He does like a lot of this white dude. He does videos on like relationships and everything. And he had this video where he was talking about guys who think it's all about looks and everything. And so he had pictures and of these guys who they were not good looking dudes. Some of them were a little fat or whatever, and they had bad chicks. You understand what I'm saying? Like these motherfuckers had bad chicks on their arm and kissing them and all that shit. Yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on? Who's this?
Hey, this is Shaka from C2.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Chillin', man. Excited for that for the seminar next month.
Oh yeah, man.
I had a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I called in a while ago. Like I'm from like a small town, but it seems like chicks over here will be like more so with the games, or they want you to like not just wine and dine them, but take it slow, as opposed to like New York or something like that.
Right.
There was like this chick I met when I was working at the school. Like we were talking for a bit, just chopping it up, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you gotta take my number. I'm really into like dudes who are like self-actualize X, Y, and Z." So she sent me a text. I texted her back, and I was just like, she didn't say anything back. I was like, "Fuck it." At least charge this chick to the game. And I was just like, damn, man, it's been a while since I hit something, man. So
right. So
I just sent this chick a text, and she just sent me back, "Oh, hey, yeah, let's meet up as soon as possible. I'm free." Right. Like she said, I'm free on Thursday, which was yesterday. But I had things going on.
Right.
And I was just like, she's like, "Yeah, let's meet up as soon as possible. Give me a phone call so we can meet up." I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like,
right.
I talked to that chick for like 4 months, and like this chick is just like so with it, just like she was when we first started, like when she first started talking to me.
Mm. And so what's happening now with this girl?
Right now, I'm gonna give her a call later to meet up. But it just like threw me for a loop. I'm like what the fuck? Like, do these chicks want me to text them like 2 times and just have them not respond 1 time? Like, I was really confused about that.
Right. Well, the thing is, a lot of times, like, is why I tell guys, like, when you texting chicks, is really, like, literally just to set up those situations to happen. And sometimes what happens is if you don't text a girl or you don't communicate with her for like a few weeks or even a month or whatever, it's sort of like, you can reset the shit, meaning like, okay, I haven't heard from this chick in a while. She hasn't texted me in a while. I haven't texted her. So let me see what's up. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes when you see what's up, they're in a different state of mind. Shit happened differently. That dude she was fucking while you was trying to get with her, she's not with him anymore. Or all this other crazy shit happens. So sometimes, you can get a chick to want to meet up with you or do something later on in that, later down the line. But if a chick consistently keeps sort of flaking, so let's say if you try to hit her up again or you try to see each other again, and then she flakes again, then that's when you could sort of, charge into the game. So you have to sort of see how consistent she is, and also you have to see like the history of what was happening between you and this specific girl. So if you say, oh, well, I text her once and she didn't get back to me, and then I waited a week and I text her again and she didn't get back to me, then it's like, all right, cool, let me charge this chick to the game, right? But then let's say you text the girl, she got back to you, but then you never really hung out, but then you text her again and then she got back to you and y'all were sort of planning something, and then she flaked and said, oh, can we do it next week? And then you called the next week. So it's a little bit more complicated in that form because y'all are sort of texting each other, y'all getting back to each other, but you still haven't done anything yet. You understand? So you got to sort of see how she's moving, and then you say, okay, well, is it worth me even bothering to deal with this chick at this point? Yes, because she's been showing some sort of interest, she's been actually responding, she's been trying to make something happen, or no, because she hasn't been responding at all. So, but the thing is, right now, if you get at her and she responds, all you really need to do is, in any of these situations, is to always remember to keep it just at y'all meeting up. You understand? And if she's not trying to meet up on that first and second time, you sort of just call that shit, call it a day. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to take too much time literally on one girl, because that takes up too much of your, your energy and your, just you dealing with that situation when you could have actually been dealing with a whole bunch of other chicks and, focusing more on that type of shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but
all right, so that's what you're saying. Just put them on ice if they start cooperating, just go from there.
Right. It's really a simple thing. Like, you just got to really see, okay, what's going on, what's actually happening. I hit her up twice. I haven't heard from her. Okay, I'm keeping it moving. I hit her up. She hit me back. I hit her up. She hit me back. We still haven't met. But let me hit her up one more time to actually see what could go down. And if she's not really trying to budge, then I, keep it moving. You understand? The thing is, it's supposed to be, see, and this is what I tell guys. The shit is supposed to be easy. See, this is the thing that guys understand. The interactions you're having with women are really supposed to be easy. This is why I say to guys, charge chicks to the game all the time, because the thing is, if a girl really wants to make shit happen, she's going to make shit happen. You understand what I'm saying? She's going to go out of her way to find time to see you. She's going to make the shit possible. So a lot of times when girls are giving you that runaround, girls are like, oh, I'm not sure I gotta, see this and that. It's because they fucking with some other dudes. They trying to figure that shit out. She's trying to get back with her ex-boyfriend. All that other craziness. You understand? Or she's not really feeling you that much. She's using you for attention. All that other, good shit. You understand? If a chick really wants it to go down, it will fucking go down. You understand? There's times where I had a friend who he was living in, I think in Georgia, somewhere in Atlanta, right? And there was this chick that was feeling him, or he was messing with her a little bit, and she lived in New York. This chick flew out to Atlanta to see this nigga, just not even a whole day, for half a fucking day, because he was flying, he was going somewhere, he had to do something that day, and he was like, yo, I'm busy, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, but what are you doing from this time to this time? He's like, oh, I'm just gonna be chilling. So she flew out to chill with him for 4 to 5 hours. You understand what I'm saying? So she went out of her way to do this because she really wanted it to happen. So don't get too caught up in thinking, I gotta, try harder. I gotta build attraction. I gotta build rapport, all that other garbage. If the girl wants to see you, she will see you, period. You understand what I'm saying? This is why I say just charge them if they're not trying to do it. You feel what I'm saying? Because they'll find a way to make it happen. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, man.
I think that's gotta get used to. Like, there's gonna be more chicks that I gotta charge and they're trying to cooperate, man.
Right, and also too, it has to be a consistent rotation. Like the other crawler earlier, he was talking about how much women should he talk to. And I was saying, you should be talking to girls all the time, every day, every time you see a chick, that you want to smash, you approach and talk to her, because it has to be a constant rotation of you interacting with women and you and a lot of them falling off. Like I'll give you an example, even with my business, right? So when I market to people, I send them emails. So I have an email list, right? So what happens is every time I send an email, people unsubscribe to my list. You understand what I'm saying? So if I send an email out today, I'm going to get some emails that says this person unsubscribed, this person unsubscribed. So what I have to do all the time is I have to consistently get new people in my email list. You understand what I'm saying? Because every time it's always going to be a thing of me getting new people and people falling off. Getting more new people and people falling off. Getting more people falling off. It's always that balance. You understand what I'm saying? The trick is to get more people than the people that's actually falling off. So it's more so I should get 25 people and then 5 people fall off. We get another 25 people and 5 people fall off. But there's always going to be people falling off. And there should be always you getting more people. So it's the same thing for when you're dealing with women. There's going to be women all the time that you meet. So if you meet 10 girls or get 10 numbers, right? 8 of them, like 7 or 8 of them are going to fall off. You're not going to probably see them again. You're not going to hear from them again. So you got 2 left out of those 10. And then even while you talk to those 10, you start talking to another 10. You start talking to another 10. What guys do is they talk to 10 girls, they get 2 girls' numbers, and then they waste time focusing just trying to get those 2 to go on a date. You understand what I'm saying? You should try to go on a date with those girls and hook up with those girls at the same time as you're talking to 10 more. Do you understand what I'm saying? It has to be all the time. You feel what I'm saying? So, that's the thing you got to understand. And that's why guys sort of mess up with the game, is because they get one chick or they get a girl's number and they sit on it, or they're resting on that and they're trying to make that work. You understand? You're supposed to get a whole bunch of different numbers, and then the ones that are going to work are going to organically work, because they're going to be certain girls who are going to be feeling you that much to where they're going to make it happen. But you have to keep going to get to those girls who are going to be feeling you like that. You have to have an abundance of those type of women. You have to have a large, I always say you have to have a large, quantity of quality. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how you get that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Locario.
Yeah, definitely, man. All right, I'm gonna holler at you. Peace. But yeah, man, you gotta, you guys gotta, it's always a fucking, thing. It's a rotation. Who we got up in here, man? Leona Ferreira, Harris George, what's going on? What's poppin'? You said you have looks, no money, and no status. I do okay with the ladies, even get girls to make serious paper. See, when it comes to the whole looks thing, I always tell guys looks are subjective. You understand? So women have different tastes when it comes to just how a guy looks, if they're, into his look. And always, tell guys, to work on your appearance, because your appearance is more important. So if you have sort of like, let's say if you're a guy who is like, has a lot of muscles and shit, and a woman is into that type of look, right? If you are put together well with, the way that you dress and your whole style, you're preparing yourself to be the height of what she's looking for in a man physically. You understand what I'm saying? So even though just because you look that way, you have that muscles, if you're looking raggedy, that's going to throw the whole shit off. So a lot of times it has to do with your appearance, and your appearance enhances your whole overall look. So when a woman is, checking you out and, she's feeling you, or, she's feeling you because of you're the type that she likes, then it's going to be even more You understand? It's gonna work out a little bit more. But you know, a lot of these dudes out there, they talk about the looks and the money and the status, and it's all literally just a rationalization as to why they're not getting the things that they want in the dating game. Because a lot of these dudes, you know, there's this dude on YouTube. I think his screen name is Face and LMS. So Face and Looks, Money, and Status. And I remember I did a radio interview, and I was talking to these dudes from this website called Slut Hate, and I think it was there's some site that they had called PUA Hate, and I think they turned it into Slut Hate, or it's affiliated with that or something like that. And so these guys are heavy on the whole looks, money, status type of shit. Like they be in the forums and they be putting up male model pictures and shit. And they be analyzing their face and talk about, I'm going to get plastic surgery so I can look that way so girls will like me. And it's like a lot of these dudes, they haven't had any real life experience dealing with women. You feel what I'm saying? They have not at all. They have not had any real world experience dealing with women, so they don't know what the deal is. So they are dudes that's just in their basement, looking at male models, wishing that they can look like those guys, thinking that, oh, if I look like this, girls will like me. And I'm just like, yo, y'all don't understand women. It's ridiculous. But who we got up in here? Salty Peanut. He said, thanks for putting out these videos. I'll be using the text method now instead of wasting time chit-chatting. That's what's up. Albert Michelson, what's going on? You said, does every guy require the same work to get the same results in the same time? No. Again, everything is all variables, and this is what you got to understand. You have to say to yourself, what is going to work for me? You understand? So when you learn the game and you learn certain things, you learn it and you apply it to yourself and say, you know, what can I do for me to give me the best results that I need? You understand what I'm saying? And then you say, okay, well, I can work on this, work on that. I can make this happen. I notice when I'm approaching, you know, these type of girls or this type of girl, or I feel this way and I act this way, or I need to work on that. That all comes from you. It's all personal to you. Like I remember even my dude Mal said something that was really interesting. He was saying, like, for example, if you have a short guy and a tall guy, and this is simplifying the examples for you to understand. You have a short guy and a tall guy, and they both go up to a woman and say the same exact thing, right? If she has to look up at the tall guy, she has to look down to see the short guy. So basically what that's saying is that depending on who you are and what you're about and your whole vibe and all that other stuff, women are going to have to respond to you differently because you're different than everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to figure out what is it that I can do in the game and learn the basics to implement it into my shit in order for me to get things going for me. You understand what I'm saying? Because let's say, for example, you know, I can go up and talk to a girl and say some shit, and then you can go up and talk to a girl and basically say the same thing I'm saying to her. And let's say you're a tall Asian guy, right? And the fact that she's into tall Asian guys is going to give you the advantage over me, even though we're saying the same fucking shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then let's say we both say the same thing. You're a tall Asian guy, I'm a tall black guy, whatever. I go up to a girl and we both say the same shit or whatever. And she's probably going to be into me because she's into black guys. So I'm going to have an advantage over him because I'm black and he's Asian. And that's just what that particular girl likes. And this is why I say that looks don't matter, because it only literally matters to that specific girl. So all you got to do is find the girls who are into your look, and then that's when the shit's going to pop. And the thing is, you don't really know who's going to be into your look until you actually go and approach the women. You understand? But see, this is these fools out here. They think that every chick wants a Brad Pitt. You understand what I'm saying? They think every chick is going to be attracted just to how Brad Pitt looks. And the thing is, a woman can think Brad Pitt is attractive and still not be attracted to him, or a guy that looks like him. That's the part guys don't understand. A woman can think you're cute and still not want to fuck you. You understand that? It's so simple. It's so simple. A woman could think you're, he's, and this is the thing that gets guys confused, is that a guy will hear a woman say, yo, this guy is hot, right? When a woman says a guy is hot, it doesn't mean the same thing as when a man says a woman is hot or sexy or whatever. No. When a guy thinks a woman is sexy, it's usually just because of how she looks. When a woman says a guy is hot or sexy, it's a whole bunch of other shit a lot of times. You understand what I'm saying? Women think Jay-Z is hot and sexy. You understand? But that's because of everything that comes with being Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? So, you gotta understand that point, man. If you guys understand it, you're gonna be running around in circles. You're going to be running around in fucking circles. So number 646-481-3901. Oh yeah, again, make sure you guys get tickets to the Bad Boy Seminar, which is on March 25th. I want to see all of you in NYC. March 25th is going to be in Times Square. It's going to be off the fucking hook. I'm going to leave the link below so you can click on that. Sir Morganson, the melancholic. Did I say that right? You said LMS is the mantra of PUA hate / slut hate. Exactly. Them dudes over there, man. I feel bad for these cats. Like, seriously, I feel bad for these dudes. I have this video on my channel called it was like a debate I did with them. It's on there. It's looks debate or something. I gotta remember the fucking video, but there's a whole video on there of me talking to these guys. And what happens is that a lot of these dudes, they'll use shit like TV. They'll be like, look, on this show, you see all these girls and they want all the hot guys and all the good looking guys and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking TV. You understand what I'm saying? You got to understand something about women. Women, and I've said this before, women are all about those feelings, bro. They're all about the feelings. This is why you'll see a chick with a dude. And most of you have seen this. You've seen chicks that are bad and they're with dudes and you're like, how the fuck did he get her? That's what you're thinking. And then you go straight to thinking, oh, it's because he had money. You're like, oh, he got her because he had money. Nah, it's like, dude, chicks, their feelings are the number one things. You understand what I'm saying? It's their fucking feelings. And on top of that, you got to understand something. Women are socialized to sort of be with dudes who aren't the best looking dudes. If you look at fucking cartoons and shit. If you look at shit like The Simpsons, right? You got Marge, who's supposed to be, a decent looking chick, and she's with Homer. He's this fat dude. Same thing with Family Guy. You got Lois, who's supposed to be hot. She's with some fat dude, right? It's crazy. So it's like, that's how it goes. That's how it goes, man. Dude, what 212 you said, do you think the James Bond persona only works in the movies and it's creepy if used in real life? No, well, the thing is with James Bond is that, James Bond is just a cool, he's supposed to be like a cool dude. It's his vibe. He has a cool vibe going on. It's like the energy he exudes is the thing that, makes him attractive to women. Like even what's the new James Bond they got? The dude, Daniel Craig. You understand? Like he's not like the best looking guy in the world, but a lot of women think he's sexy. You feel what I'm saying? Because of his demeanor. You feel what I'm saying? But that's, it's hard to explain that to dudes. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, Johnny, what's good? Nah, that's cool. You took an early lunch break. Oh, man. Super Sean, what's poppin', dude? What's going on? Mr. DC Comments, you said you can't view the live stream. You ain't got no connection. Yeah, but it's all, it's about your demeanor, man. It's about your, the vibe and shit. Because, and that's the with the looks thing. But let's talk about the money shit. Earlier we was talking about the, women, they're gonna be trying to get a dude, or they like dudes who have money. You understand? Don't get it twisted. Chicks, they'll like a dude who if they have to pick between a guy who has no money and a guy who has money, they're gonna pick the guy who has money. And it's whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. But when guys think that, that's the only thing that gets chicks riled up and when it gets you popping, you are sadly mistaken. Because truth be told, a lot of fucking dudes who, you got these dudes that they ain't got a pot to piss in, they got no fucking money, but they are fucking the shit out of mad chicks. You got dudes who be living up in chicks' houses, staying on their couch playing video games, fucking the dog shit out of these chicks, and they ain't got no fucking money. You understand what I'm saying? There was that story a while ago of the homeless dude who was going home with chicks and smashing, right? So it's like when you think about, and then you got to understand something. Just like if you look at RSD videos, the Real Social Dynamics videos, right? They have all those seminars and all that other shit. And even with a lot of just like the PUA community and all that other stuff, a lot of these motherfuckers pay thousands of dollars to go to a seminar or to a boot camp to learn how to get girls. So if it's all about money, why would you need to be paying money to learn how to get girls when you can just get girls because you got money? You feel what I'm saying? So it's not just about having money. It's about learning the game and applying game, and then money can be a bonus to you wanting to do certain other things in your situation. But to use money as to acquire women, a lot of times you're going to get women who are gold diggers, women who are going to basically know that you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and they're going to use you for your shit. And then this is how you can get caught up where you'll end up getting with a chick, sleeping with her, getting her pregnant, and then this chick's taking half your money because you was a dumbass who didn't want to learn the game. You feel what I'm saying? It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy, man. So that's what I'm saying, you guys got to understand. That's why you guys got to understand this shit. If you don't understand that shit, crazy. So you said you live abroad from the US. Do you have a Skype account? Yeah, that's the call. The call-in number is a Skype account. If you guys want to call in, it's from a Skype account. This is not like my house phone or something. It's 646-481-3901. That's why if you from wherever, call through on the phone. It's a Skype phone number. All right, hold on. We got a call real quick. What's poppin'? Who's this?
Yo, Mr. Locario, man. It's Quan from Indiana. How you doing, man?
I'm chilling. What's going on with you?
Not much, man. Just enjoying life. Getting ready for some big things for 2017, man.
That's what's up.
How you feeling?
What's up. I'm good. I'm chilling. What's going on with you?
Not much, man. I just want to say, dude, the last show y'all did, the show, man, y'all, you and Miles, man, I don't know. I was driving when I was listening, man. I had to pull over, man, to rewind certain parts. Man, y'all be flowing, dude. Y'all be the shit y'all spit is so real. It's ridiculous, man. It'll change your life. Like,
damn, man. I appreciate that.
Man, so I just calling to say, man, thanks for the game, man. Thanks for you and Miles. I appreciate you having the Bad Boy membership, and
that's what's up.
You just provide us with countless information. Because I noticed, man, you just post every day. You just post
you got to keep it going. Got to keep it going.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
Absolutely, man. Your game is endless, man. So I just called to say thanks, man.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that shit, man. Definitely, man. All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you though.
All right, man.
All right, you take care.
You too.
That's what's up. Yeah, a lot of people like that last show we did, man. We was going in though. Oh man. That's funny. Albert Michelson, you said only looks trigger girls' attraction. Is that what you're saying? Call up. Looks are. See, you got to understand something. On a biological level, looks don't do shit for a woman. You understand what I'm saying? Looks technically don't do. We see when we as men we see women, we're all into looks because for us it's like, okay, this woman looks good, so that's an indicator. Like, let's say she has like nice hips, that's an indicator that she will be good for giving birth to the kids and all that other shit, right? Like, for us, a woman is more about, can this motherfucker take care of me? Can he provide and protect? You understand? And your looks don't provide and protect. See, guys who don't understand the game, they're coming from the perspective of themselves. They're coming from a man's perspective, right? And you can't think about attracting women through a man's perspective. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the reason why guys are like, oh, it's all about looks. No, it's all about looks for you. It's all about, because look, I'll give you a perfect example. If you meet a chick who is hot as fuck, right? And this chick, let's say she's annoying as hell. She says the dumbest shit you ever heard, right? But she wants to fuck you. She's like, look, y'all at this party. She's like, oh, you're having a good time, whatever. You hanging out, but you know that she's dumb as fuck. She's an idiot. She says the stupidest shit. She annoys the fuck out of you, but she's like, oh, I'm gonna go home with you. I just gotta, hang out with my friend for a little bit at this party because, I haven't seen her in a while. And then she's letting you know, look, I want to fuck the shit out of you, blah, 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 blah. No matter how annoying and dumb this chick is, because she's hot, you're going to still take her home and fuck her, right? Women are not the same way. A woman, she will be with a dude, let's say even she finds him attractive. She's like, okay, this guy's attractive. I like, I'm attracted to him. He says some dumb shit. He says some stupid shit. He starts acting goofy and shit. Her pussy gets so dry, she can't fuck this nigga anymore. You understand what I'm saying? So, and that happens because of how he makes her feel. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what you guys got to understand is that, it's all about how the woman feels. That's what triggers her attraction, not the way, oh, this guy is cute. That's cool in the game, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on? Who's this?
Hey, Mr. L. Hey, it's Sean again, man. How you doing today, bro?
I'm chilling. What's going on with you?
Hey, man, it's been a long week. I was able to pass this exam. I'm halfway done to get my official IT A+ certification. So really been busy with that and working and,
That's what's up.
And also, I just want to say thanks for all your help, too. You and I have been emailing each other back and forth.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. That's what's up, man. So what else is going on with you, though?
Just, like I said, just work, and then, like I said, the training with the certification.
Right.
And as far as with approaching, I've been, rapidly approaching, like a machine gun, and then I just took so a little bit of time off, so I guess I went from a machine gun to a shotgun.
Right.
I try to make my approaches really effective because you responded and sent me an email about, with direct approaches because I was a bit confused, and I don't want to get off topic because I know that your topic here says looks, money, and status.
Oh no, we can go in. We can go in whatever. We can go with whatever. We just keep it flowing. What's good?
Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, but anyways, I'm so technical because I'm such an analytical guy. You see, like I'm trying to get here in IT. I have an English degree and things like that. And see, when I used to think about direct game before I started, I guess, doing a bunch of research with articles, looking at your podcast and, videos from you and other guys and things like that, I was confused between a direct opener, which is just like an opening statement to show your interest and intent in a woman to say, hey, you know what, I think you're pretty, my name is Sean, and then that's just like an opener, and then like trying to go into, conversation and asking her questions and going back and forth and things before closing the deal. But then you said that, instead of, I guess, using a whole bunch of time, I guess, with the banter after like a direct opener, I can just open a conversation and say, hey, how's everything going? My name is Sean. What's your name? And then I can get her name, and I can tell her facial expressions and her, body language if she's interested or, or not, or whatever it is.
Right.
Then I can say, hey, you're pretty. We should get together sometime. And I can be more specific. Like if I want to go out on a date, I can say that, or if I want to hook up or whatever it is. Because I remember you said being specific is really good when closing a conversation as well too, because you don't want to be vague and just say get together. Because some women make excuses and say, well, get together and do what? Do you want to go on a date, or do you want to just hook up, or you just want to get together for what? So, so I try to be more specific because I said that I think closing and being specific, like you were talking about the specific days and like a time to set up to meet up with her is really effective, or also being specific on the location if you want to go to a certain place that's close to where you live at, because I know in your podcast you said the closer it is to where you live at, common sense will say that it's just a much better way to be able to get her back to your place. Right. And you can get a good idea, like you could go out somewhere that's close to where you live at, and then, things go really well, you seduce her really well, things like that, and then you can just take a short trip, back to your place. So you were able to kind of fill out the woman better and evaluate her, like you said. That's why I try to go out maybe on one date also, because
just to see how she is.
It's pretty wild out here.
Right. And the thing is, too, because I know in your emails you were sending me, you were sort of like trying to figure out like what's the best way to sort of like, should you sort of banter while you're talking to her, or should you just go straight and try to like, like start the interaction and get her number as soon as possible and bounce. You feel what I'm saying? And I remember you were saying that there were times where you would do that, but then you were getting a lot of flakes and stuff, and and stuff like that. And the thing is this, and this goes for any guys that are, out here approaching women, because guys are always trying to figure out, what's the best approach to do and everything like that. Now, see, when it comes to direct or indirect, there necessarily isn't a best approach. You understand? Either one can work for you. The point is, though, is that when it comes to interacting with women and, approaching girls and making shit happen, a lot of it has to do with what you're trying to do. Like, first of all, you have to have an agenda of what you're trying to do. So are you trying to get this girl's number? Are you trying to go on some dates with her? Are you trying to hook up? And depending on what you're trying to do, a lot of times you should come at the interaction differently depending on what you're trying to do. So if you're just trying to hook up with a chick and the things that you're saying to her in that conversation should be different than if you're trying to go on dates with a chick. You feel what I'm saying? And do all the other stuff. You see what I mean? And so, but the thing is that it's not necessarily, you don't necessarily need to do anything extra in a situation when you're talking to a girl, when you're trying to make something happen. Because guys think, well, I think if I talk to her more, and I always get this argument from guys. They say, well, if I need to talk to her more, because if I don't talk to her more, then we're not going to build enough comfort, and then she's going to most likely flake on me if I get the number. You feel what I'm saying? That's like the thought process. But what happens is that it's not necessarily about you trying to talk to her to build comfort so that she can feel comfortable around you. A lot of times you talking to a girl, if you're going to even talk to her, keep talking to her, is more so for you. And that's the thing I got to get across to guys. The game is about you. You understand? It's not about her. Her feeling comfortable is a byproduct of you doing what you're supposed to do in the situation. You understand what I'm saying? So, for example, like I said I had a video the other day, and I think I sent you the link where I was talking about the girl should be doing most of the talking. So when I approach a girl and I'm actually having that banter or conversation with her, it's more me asking questions for me to get information about her, to figure out if I want to continue to talk to her or see her or give her my number or get her number to date her. You understand what I'm saying? So when you come at the game that way, everything flips around. So too many guys are coming at the game where they're like, I see a hot girl, I want to have sex with her so bad, I really want her number, I want her to like me, I want to to be with this chick. You understand? Instead of coming at it and saying, you know what, I want to see what she's about, so I can make a decision if I want to fuck her. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I want to fuck her now. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I want to fuck her. She looks hot. But let me go and investigate so she can prove to me why I should fuck her. You understand what I'm saying? And also, too, what I was saying where if you're going to, you can do it quickly, meaning you just go in directly, let her know, like, look, you kind of hot, here's my number, give me your number, I'll call you later or whatever. And that can happen literally within a minute. And the reason why you're doing that is not to make her feel comfortable or not to whatever. It's not about her. It's about you. It's about, look, I don't feel like talking to you that much right now. I don't got time to be sitting here talking to you for 10 minutes. I'm on my way to do something. So look, give me your number now. I'll holler at you later. So everything you're doing within the interaction is literally about you. And everything will fall into place for her because you're doing what you're supposed to do. So if she's feeling you, right, she's going to call you if you tell her to call you. If she's feeling you, she's going to respond to you when you text her. If she's feeling you, she'll give you the number and she won't flake. So the flakiness a lot of times is not necessarily the byproduct of you not talking enough to her. It's about her not feeling you enough. And her not feeling you enough doesn't necessarily even have to do with you not talking to her enough. You understand? And I think that's the thing that guys need to understand. It's not about all that extra shit. Girls a lot of times know if they're into you within the first few seconds, right? You feel what I'm saying? So that's why it's all about you putting yourself in position to be in front of a girl and having that conversation so that situation can continue if it's supposed to happen that way. And also too, you got to understand that there's so much other complexities that go along with a girl interacting with you. So you could talk to 10 women and none of them will give you the number, or you could talk to 10 women and 5 of them will give you the number. And then 5 of those girls whose numbers you got, you could end up seeing none of them, or you could end up seeing all of them, or you probably end up seeing 2. It all varies. And the reason why it varies is because sometimes what happens is that there are situations women are in that have nothing to do with you. So then therefore, that's why you're not being able to see them. This is why sometimes you'll talk to a girl, the conversation seems really cool. She seems like she's into you. Then you text her that, the next day or the day after or whatever, and she doesn't respond to you. When you're like, I don't understand. Like, I approached her. We had a good conversation. She seemed into me. She gave me her number. What's going on? And what's happening is she is going through something in her life that you don't even know about, and which is preventing her from interacting with you. And that had nothing to do with your approach or you're talking to her. It had nothing to do with that, because she can still be into you. But the situation that she's in is way more powerful than her interest in you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Her interest in you has to be more powerful than the situations that she's in. So if the situations that she's in is more powerful than her interest, you're not going to get a call back. You understand? So the situations that she could be in, it could be something where her ex-boyfriend called her back and he wants to get back with her. Now she's all confused and feeling feelings about that. And then now you're calling her and she's like, oh, she can't even think about you right now because she's so caught up in, oh, I think I might want to get back with my ex. You understand? Or she started dating some other dude who she thinks could be her new boyfriend. And she met this dude weeks before she knew you. You understand? And so now you're texting her and that guy's texting her also. So she's paying more attention to him than to you. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of times what happens is girls are not going to tell you, hey, listen, man, I didn't call you back because I was seeing this other guy. Hey, listen, I didn't call you back because I was fucking this other guy yesterday. I didn't call. You understand? Like, unless you have a chick who's that cool and thorough that will tell you that, then you're not going to know. And the reason why I know a lot of these things is because since I've always been sort of open and like the open relationship type of stuff, I tell girls, hey, let me know about certain shit because I'm curious. And a lot of girls that I've dealt with literally told me shit like that. Like there was this one chick I went on a date with and we was feeling each other and, we was kissing a little bit and all that other stuff. So, but she was like, I was expecting to like smash her that night, right? So next I went out on another date with her and everything. So on the second night the second date I smashed her, right? So I said to her, I said, yo, I'm curious, why didn't you want me to come to your house on the first date? This chick told me how she said that she fucking fucked the dude literally an hour before she met me on the first date. You understand what I'm saying? And she felt it would have been too much for her to fuck 2 guys in the same day. You feel what I'm saying? So now I'm up here thinking, I'm like, damn, I'm up here kissing on this chick. She probably just had a dick in her mouth. Just like, yo, but that's what I'm saying. Like, right. So
yeah,
always...
I don't mean to interject you for a moment, though, but because I know one of the first things that I said, and this was based off of the emails, that do you personally think that opening direct and then having banter and small talk, doesn't that ruin the flow of the conversation? Like, I guess, like, if somebody were to, to open up a conversation indirectly, it creates sexual tension and it builds, I think, that attraction in those specific kind of situations when that would work, and flirt and do all that stuff later, instead of flirting at the very beginning and then, reverting back into small talk after. Because I've done research and, like, I would read articles that says, that there's direct openers, like you would open up with a compliment and introduce yourself, and then you have, like, all this, like, conversation after that. But to me, I like being direct and just, closing the conversation as soon as possible, so I don't have to deal with a bunch of wishy-washy women who don't really know how to make decisions. I'm a very concrete guy. I like to be able to have a yes or no kind of answer from the beginning, and then that's why I like going out on one date or something like that, to evaluate the women and vice versa, to get a better understanding instead of wasting 10, 15 minutes in an approach or however long it is. Because when I do want to open up indirectly, like if it's at a coffee shop or somewhere where I think that's more appropriate, and I think that building sexual tension and flirting and stuff, maybe I'd say a couple minutes after I start the conversation with maybe a situational opener, like talking about maybe, what her favorite drink is off the menu or what she might recommend and things like that, and then kind of, use sexual tension and flirting techniques after in that kind of way. But I've done research, and I had people actually say, that, they would open, I guess, directly and say, hey, like, Sean, you're cute, and things like that, and then, like, would have, like, I guess, conversation and questions after. I guess, like, that defeats the purpose of building, I guess, that sexual tension, because with me, when I want to go direct, I just want to finish direct as soon as possible. Instead of going back into the small talk.
Right. No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree. That's the thing. Like, because the thing is, when you go direct, the sexual tension is already there. It's being created at that moment, because you're directly letting her know that this is literally, like, we're talking about this, like, we're doing this right now, like. I'm letting you know I'm feeling you, and now you are responding to that. You feel what I'm saying? So once you go direct and so let's say, for example, you approach a girl and you see her and you say, hey, what's up? How you doing? Look, I saw you from across the street. I thought you were really cute. My name is Locario. Listen, I want to take you out sometime. Here's my number. Give me your number, whatever. And so at that point, it's sort of done. Like, after, we exchange numbers, and I'll be like, all right, I'll holler at you, this week. I'm gonna give you a call, whatever, and then I can leave, right? Now, and that's good when you're doing it direct, because you don't necessarily need to keep talking. And the funny part is that by staying there and keep talking, that could actually mess things up, because now what happens is that you could end up saying something or doing something that is going to make her less attracted to you, because, you understand what I'm saying? So at that moment, she's at the height of, oh, this cool guy just, he said he wanted to take me out. He said I was cute, blah, blah, blah. And now you left. So now she's sitting there wondering about you. She's and that wondering makes you more attractive to her in her eyes. And that's the anticipation of seeing you again if she's going to actually make it go down. But if you stay there and you keep talking about whatever, all that fantasy and that thought she had in her mind is going to, it can backfire in a lot of cases, because you might end up saying too much. You know what I mean? So
it does, because I've experimented. Because I love to learn, I love to improve myself. I do a lot of different strategies with coming up with, I guess, different ways to effectively make the approaches work. But like I would do, like I said, this approach where I would open a conversation with a compliment, and I would, basically show my cards directly to the woman, and I would compliment them and introduce myself and get her name. Then I would fall back into asking questions such as, where she's from, and asking, what does she like to do, and all these kind of questions. And I noticed the sexual interest diminishes as soon as I go into that small talk. Like, right after I when I flirted in the beginning, the interaction was at a high note. Like, the women would be really interested. But then when I would go back and instead of closing the conversation right after, I guess, I would flirt and introduce myself, things like that, I would revert into asking a bunch of, I guess, questions and having a back and forth exchange. And then, women are not, a lot of them are not as direct as us.
Right.
So instead of closing the conversation after flirting and introducing myself, I would introduce myself and flirt. After then, I ask her different questions and try to evaluate her and things like that, and vice versa. And it would be too much for the interaction, and the women would make excuses to leave and things. Because I had a few women say that they would want to hook up with me when I was direct, and I flirted in the beginning. I said, hey, I'm Sean. I think you're just as sexy as you can be.
Right.
But then when I started asking her questions, what does she do for work, and
right.
what I could do and things like that, instead of just closing the conversation, the women lost a whole bunch of interest.
Right.
Right after I opened up with the flirting. So that's why I didn't want to harass you with that, but I know that it was something that's been on my mind forever.
Oh, no, and it's a good question too. And also, I want to bring up a point you made earlier about doing that when you're doing indirect. See, that's the thing. When you're doing direct, you can just go in. It's like this. Look at it direct. Going direct is sort of like a bank robbery. You go in, you get in, and you get out. You feel what I'm saying? When you go indirect, being indirect is more like baking a cake or something. So you can ask questions and have that banter indirect when you're doing the indirect things, because with the indirect you're building up. You feel what I'm saying? You're building up the sexual tension. You see what I mean? So right. So if you see a chick and you're like, oh, hey, that's a nice scarf. Where'd you get that from? She's like, I got it from Macy's, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So, by the way, my name's Locario. What's your name? Yada, yada, yada. Like, oh, so you go to Macy's a lot? And then you can talk a little bit about that. Then you can move into flirting. I'm noticing your eyes. You have really beautiful eyes. So now you're moving it up to flirting. And then at that point, you're building the sexual tension. And then you finally say, yeah, you seem cool. We should definitely get together sometime and get a drink. Here's my number, blah, 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 blah. You see what I mean? So that's different than doing the direct, because the direct, you already have the sexual tension there. The indirect, you're building up to the sexual tension. You feel what I'm saying? Which leaves you room to actually ask those questions. But the thing is, you those questions should be asked on its way to building the sexual tension. Because once the sexual tension is built and y'all are at that moment where it's like, yeah, let's close the deal and exchange numbers, that's literally the end. That's why they call it closing the deal, because you're closing it. It's over. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Because it was something, because I would introduce myself, flirt, and instead of just like you said, going in and going out, I was going in and, just I guess it didn't make any sense. And then, I'm asking these small talk kind of questions and things, because I guess I wanted to show the women at first that I was interested in them sexually and romantically.
Right.
But then, I want to show my personality and things like that. But like you said, just from my own experience, it flows a lot better when it's done the indirect way, when you do it that way. Because I notice I get much better reactions, if I have small talk and ask questions and then flirt and do all that type of stuff later, versus if I start direct, like you said, I just need to close the deal after I flirt and introduce myself, instead of flirt, introduce myself, and then I go do small talk and things like that. And that's ruined some.
And then it's like you're going backwards.
I had several women wanting to even have sex with me, but then after I introduced myself and flirted, and then I started asking questions and having all this conversation, man, it's just, they had to make excuses and say, oh, I'm late to do this.
Exactly,
to do this, and, all that type of stuff. But it's crazy. But, to talk about your topic here with looks, money, and status, it really depends on the women, because I've had a conversation with a woman before, and I love your podcast about high value and low value men. It applies to women as well, too, because this woman, she was a very attractive looking, but she was the type of woman who only looked at money and, those kinds of things that attracted her. And I remember I had a conversation with her after I approached her. I actually used your instant date idea with this one here. And, I had evaluated her, and I said, there's a lot more to a person, that, like a guy, for instance, myself, than how much money I have in my bank account. That's just a really narrow-minded way to look at somebody. I have such a a great personality. You know, I'm very confident, very ambitious, have a funny side to myself. You know, I'm great at helping other people. I can talk to people really well.
Right.
And, you know, I'm able to be a great, you know, motivational influence. Like, there's a lot to my personality, but I've had some women, you know, just like the fact how I looked, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I've had women say that I look like a model and things like that.
Right.
And I appreciated the compliments and things, but it reminded me when I was young myself, when I was in high school, me being a guy, it was all about looks, you know, when it came to women. But
right.
as I became older and I went through a lot of experiences, because I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Locario, I actually met a woman who was very attractive looking, and she ended up being a murderer.
Oh,
you
shit.
know? I'm not lying, man. Like, you know, this was a woman who I fell in love with, and I liked her because at first, you know, she seemed like such a nice person, and she was outgoing and had a fun personality, and she looked very good in bikini because I met her at a swimming pool.
Right.
And, you know, a couple years later, you know, she had issues where she used PCP. She was a drug addict. You know, she went to jail. She ended up killing one of her future boyfriends. It was terrible.
Wow. Damn. See, that's crazy.
Yeah, man, and she had she had a guy and another woman with her, and they ended up getting a guy killed, and that really was a big stepping stone, a big part of my life where I really had to pay a lot more attention myself, me being as a man. I was like 19 or 20 years old back then, that beauty is more than skin deep.
Right,
you know what
exactly,
I mean? But
exactly.
even on the flip side, there's women who just wanted to get with me because I looked good or just because, you know, it's things that are really shallow.
Right.
But I try to be a deep person. There's very surface level people. But one thing I love about you as a person that I've noticed is you're so deep. Like, you and I, it seem like we can probably have these kind of conversations that a lot of other people, they can't really dig deep and really go into the essence of life, you know, the flow of life, you know, how this works here, how does this concept work and stuff, you know?
Right. No, it's real talk, man. It's crazy because, like, it's you know, I try to tell people all the time, man, like, a lot of the stuff that you know people are looking at is surface level, and that's where the whole thing with the whole looks, money, and status thing comes from. Is that because I tell people, look, you know, women are gonna like a guy because he's cute or they think he's cute. That happens. You're gonna have women who are going to want a guy because he has a lot of money. That happens. You're gonna have women who are gonna want guys who you know, have status or whatever. But what guys gotta understand is that a lot of that is surface level. And also a lot of that is it's not the rule. It's not the end all be all. And I think that's where guys get it confused. So they think, well, I don't look the best, or I don't have enough money, so that's why I'm not getting women, or that's why I can't attract women. And I'm like, nah, the main thing that is making these dudes not attract women is really coming from inside themselves, and it's about how they view themselves. Is pretty much their game, because your game is all game is synonymous with, or having game is synonymous it's synonymous with you having your ability to do and accomplish the things you want to get done. You feel what I'm saying? And then so everybody, you know, has the ability to do that. You understand what I'm saying? No matter, you know, so it's the thing where guys feel like, okay, well, I'm just a loser and I can't make anything happen because I don't look the best. And it's like, no matter how you look, you understand, you still can make something happen if you choose to do it. And that's the thing that guys don't understand at the end of the day. It's like, that's the thing that's going to propel you to really make the shit, to make the shit pop. You know what I mean? But it's just like, a lot of dudes they don't see it because they're looking at things on a surface level, and they're only looking at things through their perspective. They're looking at things through their male perspective as a man looking at women, and that's all they think attraction is. Like, we're not, see, as much as men and women are, you know, similar, we're not the same. You understand? We don't look for the same things. And the reason why we don't look for the same things is because there has to be a balance. There has to be a yin and the yang with nature. You know what I'm saying? So it's not going to be the exact same thing. You understand? And the thing is, it's sort of the same on a level where I always say men and women are equal and not equal at the same time. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the thing that people got to understand. And that's what guys got to understand about. There's going to be so much more that happens as far as attraction for women. And a lot of it is biological. A lot of it is societal. And you know, if a guy understands that, then that's the thing that's going to make it easier for him to get women. The thing is, guys have to sort of, you know, get to the point where they accept that game is, you know, a thing that can help them. I think guys don't want to accept that because they don't want to do the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to have to like deal with the shit. You know?
Yeah, and you know, you're from New York, man.
Right.
Notorious B.I.G. One of his songs. Hey, far from handsome, but damn, a nigga don't.
Exactly.
Remember?
You know what I'm saying? It's true. It's true.
And
and Biggie used to be, you know, even before he was like a famous rapper, he was saying he was fucking chicks. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So it's crazy out here. It's fucking crazy out here, man. But but Sean, man, I always appreciate you calling through. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, you know, always hit me up in the emails whenever, you know. And
no problem. Hey, I just had one last question. Thanks for all your help, but I wanted to know, are you Haitian? Because I saw like you know some of your bad boy content. You know, your dad was in one of the seminars, and I think like he had like maybe a Haitian accent.
Oh no, my dad.
Question, but I just
no, my dad. My father's side of the family's Jamaican, so they're from Jamaica and shit. And I think it was the one that was the video. How to Get What You Want Out the Dating Game, that workshop joint. Yeah, he was over there and shit. But yeah, he's Jamaican and shit. Yeah. So my father's side of the family is Jamaican. My mother's side of the family is from like Guatemala or something like that. So you know, the South America type of joints. You feel me?
Oh really? Yeah. Because like I mean, I just noticed that you just had this really unique perspective. Like it just have I guess a different kind of culture and vibe than I guess like a Black American kind of person, because I know culturally it's just there's a lot of differences.
Definitely.
Even like man and a woman dynamic. Like if I'm somebody from Africa, like a country in Africa or in the Caribbean, the man and woman dynamic is much different than an African American, where it seems like it's a huge matriarch. Like the women have to call the show a lot of the times and have to be the head of the decision making, and that's been a really kind of controversial kind of thing that's been going on out here a lot. I'm not sure what your opinion on that is, but that's a different discussion, with a different day.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a whole thing about that, about women and leading and all that, because I'm like, nah, I ain't with all that with women leading and shit. That shit ain't popping. I'm sorry. But we definitely got to talk about that on another joint. You feel me?
Yeah, man. But it's a pleasure, like always. Thanks, man, for all your help, like always. Okay.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you.
All right. Bye bye.
Yeah, man. All right, we got someone else calling up. What's going on? Who's this?
Hey, Tariq.
You said Tariq.
I get y'all mixed up sometimes.
Oh shit! Hilarious. Oh, what's going on?
Hold on. This is Anthony.
Shout out to my dude Tariq Nasheed, man. What's going on with you?
Yeah. I'm from CT, man, and I just went out last night, so me and my boys, that's kind of like what we do. We go out and he put me on to you, and that was just like, when I heard about you, I was like, damn, this is probably gonna be another one of those dudes who talk about it's always the man's fault and all that.
Nah.
So I go on your stuff and I'm like, yo, thank God, man. Thank God, someone who keeps it real.
Nah, I got
we need more people like you, man, for real, man.
Yeah.
But my question is pretty much like, how you always say, looks don't matter and whatnot, and I know that, and I always try to keep that in the back of my head.
Right.
But then there'll be some times where, I'll get turned down and, strict, they'll say something, that I'm not really feeling in regards to my looks and whatnot. And I'll let that get to me sometimes. I'm not even going to front, and basically what I want to know is how do I just, continue to just go about, my ways and just not let that affect me for too long, because that still gets to me sometimes, and I kind of hate,
Well, what you got to understand is this: is that, and it's real simple. Like let's say if you're interacting with a girl and she let's say if, you know, she's giving off that vibe where she's like, oh, you know, you're not my type or whatever. I mean, and that's true. Like your look or how you look might not be her type. You understand? But you always got to understand that every single time a woman is into you or she's feeling you, that's because she likes, you know, partly because she likes your look. So there's always going to be the chicks who don't like you because of your looks. Then there's going to be the chicks who do like you because of your looks. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's literally both simultaneously happening at the same time. So when guys say, oh, you know, this girl didn't like me because I didn't, you know, she don't like the way I look, that could be true. And then also, if a girl is into you or she's feeling you, she could be feeling you because she likes the way you look. You see what I'm saying? So it always cancels out. So the thing is, you don't necessarily need to get upset or feel bad about that situation. You got to just understand that chick just ain't for you. You feel what I'm saying? That chick just ain't feeling you. It's the same way where you might see certain girls who they might be cool, but for whatever reason, you just not feeling them. You feel what I'm saying? And you got other girls who, you know, that you think look good, and then you might be feeling them because of how they look. But also at the same time, that same girl or whoever, what type of girl do you like? Like what's the physical, let's say, you know, like what's the celebrity you think is hot or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like what's
it's funny because I'll be talking about this with my friend a lot, right. Kate Upton.
Who? Which one?
Kate Upton.
Who's Kate Upton?
Yeah.
See, and that's,
I know you've been
and that's the thing. Like to me, Kate Upton is like decent. You feel what I'm saying? Like she's. Oh my god. She's okay. She's okay. You understand? Like she's decent. But and this is my point. My point is that let's say Kate Upton, right, was like, oh. Yeah. You know, she was like, "Oh, let me go talk to Locario," and I'm like, "Yeah, you alright, whatever. I might make you, I might make her give me some head or whatever, maybe, but I'm not really too right." So now she's gonna be like, "Damn, Miss Locario don't like me like that, right?" And then she come to you, and she's like, "Hey, what's up?" And then now you feeling her like crazy. So all that meant was Kate Upton was for you, but she wasn't for me. But that doesn't take away what Kate Upton is. You understand? Like, it doesn't make her any less or more or whatever. It's just that she has to find the guy who's going to be sort of into her look. You understand what I'm saying? Because, like, a lot of dudes think, like, for example, Zoe Saldana. A lot of dudes think she's bad, and I'm just like she doesn't do nothing for me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I like the thick girls. You feel what I mean? So my point is that when you're dealing with chicks, there's going to be girls who are going to be into you, and then there's going to be girls who are not going to be into you, period. It don't matter how you look. You could be the quote-unquote best-looking guy. There's going to be hundreds of women who is not going to be into you. You understand what I'm saying? There's going to be chicks that, like even celebrities, there's a lot of chicks who won't like a certain celebrity, like a guy because, oh, he's too short, he's too tall, he's too light-skinned, he's too dark-skinned, he's this. Well, it don't even fucking matter as far as it comes to looks. You feel what I'm saying? So, go ahead. Sorry, brother.
My thing is just like because what sometimes cripples me, and I feel like what cripples a lot of dudes is that we get into this mentality like, oh, if a few chicks like say something negative about our looks and turn us down because of that, we feel like, oh my god, every chick must think that. Right.
And see, the thing is too, you the thing you got to work on though, and I always tell guys, is work on your appearance. So you should look the best you can. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that you need to be well put together. And so, make sure that, your clothes are clean, you shave, you brush your teeth, you put on some cologne, put on some cologne. Let me tell you, I was at a spot the other day and I kept getting chicks complimenting me about how good I smelled. Literally, like almost every woman I talked to was like, oh my God, you smell so good. You understand what I'm saying? And so just little things like that, when you enhance those things, those can make a big difference. You feel what I'm saying? So imagine if you're, you put yourself together well, you got some nice clothes on, you smell good, your breath is fresh, and you confident as fuck, and you approach a woman, there's going to be so many women who are going to be feeling you because, and I said this before in another video, I was saying that what guys don't understand is that women, they're all about their feelings and also about how they feel. And also what happens is that they judge themselves based on the guys who approach them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you approach a girl and you're on point, just the fact that you're on point will make her even be more receptive to you, because that's just basically making her feel better about herself. She's like, oh shit, this guy who's on point is trying to talk to me. You feel what I'm saying? And so the more on point you are, that'll make it easier for women to be more receptive to you. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
You feel me?
And I guess my last question I have to say is, like I said, when I first called and I told you, I'm from CT,
right.
And it's CT is, it's not New York or Miami. That's the nicest way I can put it.
Right.
Put it like, so when you're in a city where the chicks are just super uncooperative and it's just not as opportunistic as far as like events and nightclubs and whatnot, like, what is your plan of attack? Like, how do you go about, like, you know, really trying to put things in your favor when you feel like you're just shorthanded because of your environment?
Right. Well, see, the thing is too is that, and unfortunately, like if you're in a place where there's not that many options or, you know, slim pickings, you know what I mean? Like, what I would say is, you know, you need to sort of branch out somewhere near, like the nearest city or town near you. But what I would say too is, like, let's say if you have like a weekend, like let's say you work, you know, during the week and you got the weekends off, you know, you can go out there, like, you know, maybe, you know, 1 or 2 days out the weekend to somewhere near, like where it's like a hot spot, a busy spot. But also what I would say too is that, you know, and a lot of guys don't take advantage of this, is with the online dating game. If you, like, let's say if you're doing Tinder or you're doing OkCupid or whatever, and if you set your location to wherever the location you're trying to see chicks at, then you can sort of like hook shit up like that. So for example, my friend, whenever he travels, like maybe a week before he's gonna go, he starts, you know, getting on Tinder, OkCupid. So by the time he gets to the spot or the place, he already got like 4 or 5 chicks lined up for him. You feel what I'm saying? So when he gets there, he just hits them up and be like, yo, I'm in town. Let's get together. Let's make this happen. So you could do the same thing for you, where you could be like, you know, another town near you, another state or whatever, where you can go to. Either you visit, you know, physically, or what you do is you set some stuff up and then you go out there and hang out that weekend, and then you also holler at those girls, you know, for that weekend, so that you can set it up. So it's just going to be a little bit more extra push for you to do that, since you don't have that many people, you know, that you can really hit up in where you're at right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because when I do go out, you know, like I have my own like technique for club and like for daytime. Like for daytime, like, you know, I usually try and get numbers, have a little bit of a conversation.
Right.
For club, I'm more direct. I'm just like, you know, I may ask a few questions, like, hey, you know, what, yada yada yada, and then I'll be like, hey, you know, do you want to, like, you know, get out of here, do something? You know, I don't do the numbers at night. That's a waste of time for me personally.
Right.
So, like, do you have any, like, you know, helpful tips, like, to, like, you know, sort of, you know, get more results, you know, for both like day and night, like stuff to like tweak or help me out, you know?
You mean as far as like getting chicks back to your place, or what? What do you mean?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, say like at night, you know, my thing is like I'll give you a good example. Last night, I was at, I don't know if you know Brother Jimmy's. You probably don't, but it's a new night that opened up in CT.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm like standing right next to this chick, you know. So I say some witty, funny line to introduce myself, and I think we talked for like a little less than like 3 minutes, you know, just a little bit back and forth. And I'm like, hey, you know, let's go to my car, you know, let's go somewhere, yada yada. And she was like, oh, my friends, you know, they're trying to get me a drink. And I was like, tell your friends you met a great guy, and you'll hit him back later. Like, you know, I said it in like a cocky but like witty type of way and shit, you know, like. Right.
So and you know what it is? The thing is that a lot of times when you're trying to pull chicks, you know, like if you're at a club or a night or whatever, a lot of it has to do with how much like sexual like tension and flirting that you're doing in a moment, sexual tension and building, and the flirting that you're doing in a moment. So a lot of times, if you're talking to a girl and you're interacting with her, you got to get it to the point where it goes from just small talk to flirting, to you building that sexual tension, to you actually making out with her. And then at that point, you be like, yo, let's bounce. You feel what I'm saying? So it has to be sort of like in that, because you have to, it's almost like you have to get her, like she has to be in that zone, in that mood, in that feeling, in order for her to really sort of justify to herself anything or to do anything. You understand? Because she wants, sometimes a chick will see you when she's thinking about it, but the circumstances need to be right for her to justify her leaving her girlfriends and going home with you and all that other shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like up to you to build that up to where it's like, you know, it's to the point where she's like, okay, yeah, like let's go do this because she's so riled up. You feel what I'm saying? And it doesn't really take long to do that. It's just more so like you could literally do that within 3 to 5 minutes if you want. But the thing is that you have to be able to get her in that sort of like state of mind. You feel what I'm saying? So it's that you know, it's like that type of that energy has to be there fully. And also too, I mean, like I don't know how much of a savage you want to be, but in certain situations, you know, you can literally do that in the club, take a chick to the bathroom and have sex with her in the bathroom in there. You understand what I'm saying? So if you want to do that, that's on you. But I'm just saying, it happens that fast. You feel what I mean? But it's all about positioning yourself to have that go down. And like on my I have an audio program, but it's on the Bad Boy membership. So for any of you guys out there, go to badboymembership.com. And I got a program called How to Get Girls from the Club Back to Your Place. I got a program called I have another one about how to get girls to your place just in general. And then I have other ones about building sexual tension and all that other stuff. So it takes you like step by step on how to really do that. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, so that's what it is. You feel me? Yeah, man.
So when it comes to the day, how many numbers do you recommend like per day? Like,
like when
I should be getting
when you interact, when you're trying to like holler at girls during the day.
Yeah, this is for daytime. Like,
yeah, I mean, and I actually talked about this earlier with another caller. Is that you should be at least talking to at least like if you really want to go in, you should at least be talking to like 25 chicks a day, at least. Now, how many numbers you get from that? It all depends. You understand what I'm saying? But you should at least be talking to at least 25 women a day because let's say on the low end, you get maybe like 3 numbers out of those 25 just on the low end. You feel what I'm saying? But if you do that, you know, like every day, that starts to pile up. You feel what I'm saying? And then so you get a little bit more shit going. It's really more about the frequency and how many women you're talking to. That's going to increase the amount of numbers you get and all that other shit. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know,
I got you.
But yeah, it gotta be consistent. It gotta be a lot of chicks that you're talking to and you're hollering at. You feel me?
Definitely, man.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah, just thanks so much for the advice, man. And I'm definitely gonna trying to go with my boy to see you March 25th, man.
Yeah, definitely come through, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be off the fucking hook. Get the tickets. You guys can click that link below. I'm gonna have the link below. You can get the tickets, and yeah, definitely come through, man.
All right, man. Be easy, man.
All right, man. I'll let you.
All right.
Yeah, I had somebody calling in from a 457 number or 477 number, but I didn't. It's 478. You call back if you want to call back. But yeah, the caller number 646-481-3901. Let me see what these guys saying over here. Saf Momin, what's going on? He said, how do you make a girl meet you after a serious fight or argument? She is not willing to talk more than one-word answers. What do you mean? What were y'all fighting about? And like, if she's on that shit, just leave her alone. Give her some space, man. Dude, what 212? You said what's the new trend of women becoming attracted to feminine dudes? Hold on, let me answer this. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Yo, hello.
What's popping? Who's this?
What's up, man? This Q.
Q, what's going on? Where you from?
Man, live from Atlanta, baby. ATL.
That's what's going on. So what's up with you?
What's up, man? I'm chilling, man. Yo, Locario, I just got a question for you, dog. Like,
right.
Don't you hate like he tried to talk to me ass bitch? You know, like the type of hoes where like, you know, it's like when you run a game on a friend or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the girl may know you with some shit and then she just like try to like throw salt, like, oh, he tried to talk. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, right,
like
right.
That, man. Like,
yeah, those.
You feel me? Like that's it. Yeah.
Those chicks, you know, that's just hating right there. You understand? Because it's not necessarily that they, you know, want you technically, but they just hating on another person trying to do their thing. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like one of those things. So you just got to pull that chick to the side and be like, yo, listen, stop, you know, like chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like you got to let her know, like, cause some people, they'll think it's cute. You know what I mean? They'll think it's like, oh, it's all fun and games, but you're really trying to, you know, put it in. You're trying to get the, you know, to holler at the chick, and then this person's like sort of throwing salt in the situation. And the thing is that messes up a lot of stuff, because now the girl you're trying to holler at, she's looking at the situation and she's like, yo, this shit is mad like raggedy. Like, what's going on with this? You feel what I'm saying? And then she's looking at you a certain way based off of how that person is trying to portray you. You feel what I mean? So you just need to. And who is the person? Is this a person, like a person you know, or just some random person you see around, or like who's the person that's sort of throwing the salt in the game for you?
Oh no, you know it's been a few man, you know, but like this the particular person, this happened like 2 days ago, you know, like I've been like trying to holler at her since like high school or some shit, you feel me? And then you know what I'm saying, I came across her friend, she was some chick that's out of town, and you know what I'm saying, like I guess you see that she was feeling me or whatever and all that, so you know what I'm saying, me and the chick, we exchanged numbers and all that, and then you know what I'm saying, when she called me later on, you know, like she just was like, oh, I say she know you or whatever and all. I'm like, yeah, you know, we to school together and shit. She was like, oh, she was telling me you tried to like holler at her and you thirsty and you all, and I'm like, nah, you feel me? Like,
man.
No, this bitch ain't. Yeah, man. So
you know, I just major salt in the game.
I just hate when hoes do that type of shit.
Yeah, that's just hating. That's just hating, man. You got, you know, and unfortunately, sometimes you're not even gonna know that a chick is gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a friend the other day who he was in a situation where he met some chick at a spot, and then he actually ran into this other girl he knew. So then I went to the bathroom, and when he was in the bathroom, the girl he knew was talking to the other girl he was trying to holler at. She was talking a lot of shit about, you know, she was like, oh, he's a player, blah blah blah. So my boy didn't even notice. So he didn't know that happened. So when he came back out the bathroom, he's, you know, hollering at the chick again. And then he takes the chick back to the chick was like from out of state or whatever. So she was staying in a hotel, and they're in a hotel. And then he was saying like, yo, you know, there was a lot of friction with him trying to make shit happen. And then what happened is that they didn't really get nothing popping. And then the next day, the girl he was in a room with, you know, trying to get a popping with, called him and was like, hey, you know, that girl that you knew that was there, she told me that you were a player and yada, yada, yada. So he didn't get it popping because this chick threw salt on his game. So a lot of times, you know, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to stop it. But if you specifically know somebody's doing that, you got to stop them and say, yo, listen, stop doing that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because even you have guys who do that shit. You have like a lot of times some guys' friends, like your friends will probably do that shit sometimes where they see you hollering at a girl and they'll say some dumb shit. You feel what I'm saying? And then that fucks everything up. Right. You feel me? So,
damn, man.
Yes.
Hey, appreciate it though, Locario, man.
Definitely.
Hey, you ever y'all doing some like seminars in the A? Like
I got it. That's what I'm saying. It's pretty soon I'm gonna be like moving around and getting it popping in different states. It's got to get everything together, and then we gonna make that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely, man. Shout out to you, man. And shout out to Miles Cunningham, man. I tune in to y'all all the time, man.
Definitely, man. I appreciate that.
Man, so,
all right, man. I'm out of you.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the talk.
All right, take care. Yeah, man. It's fucking crazy. These people be throwing salt in the game, bro. They be throwing salt in the game. That shit's crazy, man. I'm like, shit. All right, we had a 240 number that called up. You can call back. The number 646-481. Okay, there we go. What's poppin'? Who's calling?
Oh, hello?
Yeah, what's going on? What's up?
Oh, hey, what's going on, man? Oh, it's Dave. How's everything going?
Everything's good. Dave, where you from?
I'm from Maryland.
State of Maryland. So what's up with you?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you because I see your video. It talks about looks, money, status, and everything. I was wondering, like, what do you think all that comes from? Like, why do people think like that? Do you feel like it's kind of because of society?
Yeah, well,
makes people think like that.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of it is the media. You understand? A lot of it is misinformation. You feel what I'm saying? Because like you grow up and you see movies where it's like, you know, the jock in the school and the high school, and he's the hot guy and he's the popular guy. So this is what you've been fed. You've been thinking that this is all girls want. You feel what I'm saying? Or you see rappers on videos with, you know, a lot of money and then popping bottles and they got all the chicks dancing, and so you're like, okay, I got to get some money to get these chicks. But when you get down to reality in the real world, people are extremely complex. You feel what I'm saying? So even though you're going to have women who are going to be into a guy because she thinks he's handsome, or, you know, she's attracted to him, the attraction level she has for him is deeper than just him looking good. You understand? So by him being a good looking guy, that's not enough to sustain anything, even to the point where, you know, guys think automatically, well, he's a good looking guy, so she's going to have sex with him. That could happen in certain cases. You understand? I'm not saying it doesn't, but a lot of times a guy could be really good looking to this girl and he does something or says something stupid or he interacts with her a certain way, and now she doesn't want to have sex with him anymore just off of how she feels now about who this guy is. This is why I'm saying there's a lot of complexities that go into the whole situation when it comes to that. And when you talk about like money, you know, there's a lot of guys with money who still don't know how to interact with women or maintain that situation. So you got like one of my homegirls called me the other day, and she told me that this is because I was telling her like, yo, you know, you should go out there, date more, whatever. And she told me that this dude hit her up, and he has like about like $500,000 and shit. You know, worth about $500,000. He got this dope ass apartment. So she said she went out with him one time, and she said that she just wasn't feeling it because she wasn't really that into him for some reason. Like the vibe was just off. So even though he had all that money, he had a nice apartment, he had all this other shit, she still didn't want to be with him because she just didn't feel it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not as simple as people thinking, oh, I'm gonna just get money and this, and then the girls are gonna flock to me. It's not that linear. It's so much complexities that go on with how it goes with interacting and attracting women. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where the game comes in. You feel me? So that's what dudes gotta understand. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, one more thing, my bad. And one thing I noticed too was that, man, you actually got to put in work, like, to get what you want. Because I feel like a lot of people thought too, like, that all you got to do is look good. Like, I was talking about the looks, but now you actually got to put in your work. Like,
definitely. No, definitely, you got to put in your work. Period. Because this is the thing. Even if you walk into a bar with your boys, like most of the time, almost 98, 99% of the time, women aren't gonna come and approach you. It don't matter how good you look in most cases. In most cases, women are not gonna come up to you and approach you. There are sometimes that happens, but it's so rare that it's not even worth mentioning. But the thing is that in most cases, women are not gonna just come, oh, he looks good, I'm gonna, or you know, they're always still waiting for you to go and approach. So that's where the work begins. You feel what I'm saying? You still got to go up and talk and interact with them and create all that situation. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Hey, man. Thank you, man. Keep doing your thing, man. I appreciate it.
Definitely, man. Appreciate it, man. I'll holler at you.
All right. Take care.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's crazy. Dude, 2120. What was the question you asked me again? Let me see. What was the question? Oh, about the feminine dudes. You said What's the new trend of women becoming attracted to feminine men like Bieber, Lil Uzi Vert, and Lil Yachty and Young Thug, even though they don't have polarity? Do you think their game opens doors? Well, it's the thing, like, a lot of women, well, I say you have women out here who they're attracted to guys who, I wouldn't say attracted to guys who are feminine. They are receptive to feminine men because a lot of times those men are men that women feel that they can sort of like control in a certain way. You understand? See, it's very interesting about women a lot of times is that a lot of times women feel powerless. You feel what I'm saying? So this is why you have even a lot of those, you hear those teachers that fucking fuck their students and all that. And you're like, yo, this teacher's cute. Like, why would she even deal with a 14-year-old kid when she could have a grown-ass man? And I'm sure a lot of dudes would try to mess with her. No, it's not about that. It's about her wanting to feel in control over somebody. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have a feminine type of dude, a feminine guy, you know, it's easier to sort of be able to control that guy versus being with a masculine man who she's going to have to follow. You understand? Because women, they initially, you know, they naturally want to follow and gravitate. They gravitate to a masculine man. But on the flip side, since women have been conditioned to believe that they're oppressed and, you know, oh, like all these guys are trying to, you know, oppress me and I need to fight for my rights and all that other craziness. Since they've been conditioned to think that, they think that they're powerless. They think that their contribution to society and to a relationship as a woman, you know, is you know, and we talk about being submissive and, you know, following your man and going along with the program so that things can work better for the whole situation. They look at that as weak. They look at that as, oh, well, you know, I need to have more power. So again, when they're dealing with these feminine dudes, these guys are, you know, it's easier to sort of like get that vibe going with them because, you know, they're not masculine like that. They're not really the type of dudes who are going to be on that shit. But then see the backwards thinking of that is that a lot of these women still feel like they're missing something because when they deal with those dudes, they're missing that feeling of them feeling like, you know, the woman feeling like a woman. Because you're going to feel the most, you know, when you talk about a relationship, the woman is going to feel most like a woman when she's in juxtaposition to a masculine man. You understand what I'm saying? Just like you feel really good when you meet a girl and she cooperates and she's, you know, following your lead. It's a different feeling. It feels great because that's how it's supposed to be. You feel what I'm saying? That's how it naturally works. You feel what I'm saying? All this shit where a woman is combative and, you know, trying to compete with you and all that other bullshit. That shit ain't the business. And there's a reason why it doesn't work. There's a reason why it doesn't feel good because it doesn't naturally progress like that way. There's always the yin and the yang. There's supposed to be the balance. You feel what I'm saying? And when there's, you know, when there's disruption in that balance, there's always going to be some bullshit going on. You feel what I'm saying? All the fucking time. You feel me? So, you know, it's crazy. So the caller number is 646-481-3901. But yeah, you know, all this looks, money, status shit, it's comedy right now. I don't know why these dudes be all up on it. But remember, guys, make sure you get tickets to the Bad Boy Seminar. Okay? My homegirl Amina Zena might be coming through to the Bad Boy Seminar. So if you guys want to holla at Amina Zena, you guys should definitely come through. You feel what I'm saying? Miles Cunningham is going to be at the seminar also. So if you guys want to come through and kick it with Miles, make sure you guys come through to the seminar. It's going to be off the fucking chain. You understand? Sir Morgan seems that masculine attracts feminine and vice versa. Exactly. You understand? It's like all of this shit is really simple. You understand? But people want to complicate it with a whole bunch of bullshit. Richard Jensen, what was your question? I didn't see a question. Send me a question. You said BMS Falcon. You said is Amina Zena single? I mean, I spoke to her the other day. She told me she's single right now. So y'all could put y'all bid in at the fucking at the seminar. Richard, write your question again or call in because I missed your question. But yeah, Mina Zina's gonna come through. Miles is gonna be there. It's gonna be tight. Carvin, you had a question too? Write your question down again or call in. You guys can call in. This number is a Skype number. I'm sure you guys can call in. This is not my home phone number and that. What's going on? Who's this?
Yeah, what's good? It's Donnie.
Oh, what's popping? Yo, what's going on with you?
Listen, I just want to make this quick. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I've been going out since like Saturday.
Right.
Saturday I got out with this one girl. I'm actually going out with her tonight.
Right.
Supposed to go like bowling or something.
Okay.
And then Sunday went out with this one girl. I pretty much think I had charged her because I kind of felt like the vibe on the date wasn't really like there. And then it's like that, and I had to pick her up and then take her back home, and it was just kind of like
right.
She did the whole like kiss on the first date type of thing.
Oh
so
God.
Yeah. It's like, and I'm like, noticing is that like a thing where like chicks they just don't want to do that, or is that
that's just a fucking power thing. They just trying to control the situation. That's all that shit is. Don't even that's that bullshit. Truthfully, because there is no see. You gotta understand something. All those rules that women put up and all that other shit, those rules are only designated for certain situations and certain people. Because any chick talking about, oh, I don't kiss on the first date, she has kissed on the first date and she is going to continue to kiss on the first date with men who she wants to kiss on the first date. A chick talking about, oh, I don't have one night stands. No, she's had one night stands. She will continue to have one night stands with guys who she wants to have one night stands with. You understand? This is why
she don't want to do it with me.
Right, exactly. You feel what I'm saying? That's all that is. You feel what I mean? Like that's all that is.
Okay. Yeah, because Monday I hung out with this one chick. You know, it kind of like I didn't really press for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I didn't really press for it. But the second date, you know, it's funny because we had hung out on Tuesday, and then after we hung out on Tuesday, I mean, I would like right after the spot. So I was just like, oh, okay, well, maybe she's more comfortable or whatever like that. So, you know, she actually hit me up today to hang out or whatever. But, you know, I prolonged her just because I pushed her for Saturday because I was like, all right, I got to hang out with this girl that I show on Saturday.
Right. And
it's funny with her, I had to invite her to my spot. I was motioning like that, invite her to my spot. And like, what happened was she gave me the whole, like, I'm a nice dude, but I want to just go to my house after the second time. I was like, damn. So I had to re-up real quick. Like, all right, you know what? Let me take this chick bowling. But I was like, all right, the attraction's there. She just ain't comfortable yet. Like, do you feel like, you know, you have to make chick more comfortable, like, with your whole law with the comfortable thing?
Well, the thing is, you know, certain girls are going to be on that shit where they're like, oh, I'm not really sure yet, and yada, yada, yada. Now, it's up to you if you want to continue to sort of see her and do that or charge it to the game, because a lot of times, and this is the thing you never really know. You never know if she's actually not comfortable with it or if she's just being an attention whore and trying to play games. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Either way, though, you're still sort of not like getting what you want. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing what I would do is, let's say if you said this is like the second time or whatever. So if you wanted to, you could just see her again a third time and do something like really quick, like get a drink close to your house and then try to pull her that third time. Now, if she's not trying to go that third time, then I would say just charge your ass to the game. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's too much to be waiting and doing all that stuff. And on top of that, a lot of times, especially let's say if she actually isn't comfortable with it, let's say that's the actual real thing about it. Usually those are the type of girls who you end up having sex with, and then she gets all attached. You understand what I'm saying? She's all like, you know what I mean? It's a whole different thing it's all drama and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, like, you know, try it out one more time if you want to, you know, and then if it don't pop off, then, you know, keep that shit moving with her. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
Okay. Yeah. I have one. I wanted to get an opinion on that whole the conversation thing you was talking about. The other one you was mentioning with the guy Sean. I forget his name. You was thinking how like I want to know how to be able to designate my questions because you said designate your questions to the stuff that you like about women, and I was just like,
right.
Well, I gotta figure out what I like. How would I be able to like transform those into questions? But that was kind of like
right. Well, yeah, that's a good question. See, the thing is, like, what you do is first figure out what the type of shit you want to do with a chick. So let's say, for example, if you are like, okay, I want to find out chicks who are gonna really be down to come to my spot. You understand? Like sooner than later and shit. You understand? So while you're talking to a girl, this could be a girl you're on a date with, a girl you meet at the bar, whatever. And you can ask this shit like, so how spontaneous are you? Like, have you ever met a guy and went home with him on the first night? And like different things like that, just to get a feel of how she's going to respond to you. You feel what I'm saying? And also you got to pay attention to how she's responding, because you got to see if she's responding outright, like she's just letting you know what it is, or she's questioning why you're asking her that. Because a girl be like, oh, why do you want, I don't feel comfortable talking about that type of stuff and yada, yada, yada. And that's also a sign that she's, on some bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? But if you say to a girl like, yeah, you're the type of girl spontaneous, and she'd be like, yeah, I like to do a lot of things, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, be like, oh, so have you ever like dated a guy, you was just that attracted to him, you went home with him on the first night, like how do you feel about that, blah, 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 blah. So by asking her those questions, it's giving you things to talk about, and it's also knowing more information about her. And then what you can do is that you can use her responses to relate it to you. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the type of thing that you do, and then it's easier to sort of navigate and move around the conversation by using all that shit to really take it to the place where you want it to go in the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, man. Cause I know this thing like I just like went out. Like I've been going out since Saturday, minus Thursday, and that was only because I just wanted to like just have a break. But
right.
It's but I know it's like after two of those days, they were just like chicks. I could just like one chick I could tell she like I just kind of got the vibe out of both of them. Like they were just going out just because they kind of probably was bored and they just wanted like some attention.
Right.
Like one chick, she was just back from Atlanta. We went out, and that was just like the dullest conversation I had like a while.
It was a boring ass conversation.
Yeah, like it was just like boring platonic conversation. And I was just like, yo.
And see, sometimes
like, thank God I only paid $11. Like,
right, and the thing is, sometimes you sort of have to like push the envelope a little bit with the conversations just to get the conversations in a certain mode, or because you could use like me for an example. Like if you're on a date with a chick, you'd be like, yo, this is a guy on YouTube I'll be listening to. He'd be talking about relationships, and me and him is real cool or whatever and all of that, and I'll be we'd be talking sometimes, and he said that he feels like women blah 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 blah, and then that can get you in that conversation about dating and sex or whatever, and then you can move that into like let's say you're like, yeah, he said that a lot of women like to have one night stands, but it depends on a guy, blah 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 blah, and then she'll be like, oh yeah, so it really depends on if I really like the guy, because if I really like him, I'll do it. It'd be like, and then you'd be like, oh yeah, so I guess that me and you are gonna get that popping tonight because I could tell you really like me, like, so now you're just moving it along. You're flirting, you're building that tension to get to that point. You feel what I'm saying? So you could turn a boring conversation into something more, and to see if she's really boring like that, or if you could bring bring that situation out of her. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I just got to cut this short, man. But I'll definitely holler at you. I'll like continue to be on the thing or whatever. I just got to run real quick.
Definitely, man. All right, I'm gonna holler at you though.
All right,
peace. All right, so let me see. Okay, Richard Jensen, let me see what your question is, because you was like, yo, you said, how do you charge a girl to the game in a nice way without being rude? Just just tell her like, hey, look, it's it's not working out. You seem cool, but I'm just trying to do different things. You understand? Hold on, I'm gonna get back to that question in a second. What's poppin'? Who's this?
Yo, Mr. Locario, how you doing? It's
What's
Carvin
going on?
from Boston.
What's your name?
Carvin from Boston.
Carvin. Okay, that's what's up. Oh, you in the chat room, right?
Yeah, I was in the chat room.
Okay, cool. So what's going on with you?
All right. First of all, I just want to say I love your content you're putting out, man. Much respect, and keep doing what you do.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and my situation is that, I'm a late bloomer coming into the game. I've dealt with a lot of shyness in my life, and now I'm trying to get through it and bring some more positive change, especially when it comes to dealing with the females. So I can count on one hand how many women I've dealt with on like a romantic or sexual level. And the current chick I'm dealing with is someone whom has grown feelings for me after we've messed around in a friends with benefits kind of situation. I mean, she's cool and all, but I think I need a lot more notches on my belt, and I need the experience of dating a lot more women before settling down or something like that. But now I'm in my early 30s, and settling down is actually it's something that has crossed my mind. So I'm wondering should I be concentrating on finding that one girl or risk getting older but still being single?
Nah. Well, the thing is, so you're asking, should you try to find the one girl now, or should you go out and date a lot of women? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, because for women, there's this theory that they have a biological clock in their lives that once they hit 30s, they're looking for that one man. So I'm thinking that is that something that men also come across?
Well, no. See, the thing is, you as a guy, you don't got to worry about all that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can have, if you want to have kids and all that, you can have kids whenever. You feel what I'm saying? You're always gonna produce sperm and all the other shit. So you can find a chick, and let's say you guys hit it off, and and you guys can make that happen. You don't necessarily need to worry about finding a girlfriend. A girlfriend will occur within what you're doing, normally, which would be, dating around and seeing what's popping. You understand what I'm saying? Because what's going to happen is you're going to learn more about yourself and what you want through dating different women. You feel what I'm saying? So then I say for right now, it's better for you to actually go out there and date around. And then if you do run into a girl who y'all really click, and it's she's cooperating, everything is flowing, then yeah, stick with her. If she's a cool chick, you could stick with her and then continue to do that with her. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't think you need to necessarily be walking around trying to find the perfect girl or trying to find that one type of chick. You understand? Because then you're going to be missing out on a whole bunch of different women you can have good experiences with. And also, you'll probably end up picking or dealing with the wrong type of girl for you because you haven't spent time to figure out what you really want. And a lot of times you figure out what you really want by going through the dating process. You feel what I'm saying? By interacting with different women, because what you think you want now may be different than what you actually want. And usually you're never going to really know what you actually want until you put yourself in the situations of, dating this girl or dating that girl. Because you might say to yourself, I want A, B, and C, and then you date this girl and she's exactly A, B, and C, and you realize, well, I don't really feel the same way I thought I was, but you would have never known that unless you went out and dated her. So you got to sort of put yourself in that zone to to date, and then you can, you'll end up finding somebody that's going to it's going to click naturally. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. That makes a lot of sense, especially with the chick I'm dealing with now. It's she does have some cool qualities, but I think it's just going to be someone that who would I'd be having more just to smash.
Right.
But I don't want to hurt her feelings anymore because she clearly has feelings for me after what we've been through, and it could be mutual as well too. But I think that because I've only been messing with her for a while, and we've been doing this for about almost a year now. It's if I have not really gotten putting myself out there, how can I be 100% sure that I should probably stick with her because of the things that we have.
And the thing is, you guys are just sort of dating, right? It's not like that's your girlfriend or anything, right?
I mean, it's been crazy because it's we do things that a couple does, but we haven't really put a label onto it.
Right. And see, that's the thing. Let's say if you like her, right, and you're into her, the thing is, you should only decide. Let's say if she brings up, "Oh, I want to be your girlfriend, and let's do this and do that." You should only do that if you truly are feeling her to that point where you want to make that happen, right? Don't do it because you feel like, well, we've been together for a year and she's cool, so okay. You feel what I'm saying? It shouldn't be that type of thing. It should be you want to do it versus you feeling like you should do it. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you just do it because you feel like you should, then that's going to be a disservice to you and also to her because you're not really going to be feeling it or in it like that. But the thing that could happen though is that, and this is why I say is good for you to date around, is that you probably will you could probably actually find out more that you could find out that you're really, really into her through dating other women, meaning you'll date other girls and you'll be like, yeah, this other girl's all right. She's okay. She's cool. She's decent, whatever. But then when you compare those girls to the girl you're with now, you'll be like, oh shit, like I just realized the girl I'm with now is like the best girl out here. You feel what I'm saying? But since you're only with her now and you're not dating any other girls, you don't have that perspective yet. You feel what I'm saying? So you need to be able to gain that perspective first before you make any decisions at the moment. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta be able to and the thing is, if she's feeling you, and let's say she brings that up, but you're not really ready to make that happen. You need to let her know, like, hey, I really enjoy being with you. Let's continue to do what we're doing, and and keep it at that. And the thing is, if she's really feeling you, she'll continue to stick around. Now, let's say if you guys are together for like 2, 3, 4 years, at that point, it's basically like y'all are together anyway. If you're still seeing this girl for that long, you feel me? But again, it's more so like you sort of just figuring out what you want first before you make any decisions to really settle down with anybody, if that's what you want to do in the long run. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. And one more question from what I was trying to ask in the chat room. So living at home right now because of financial situation that I'm having, I still want to get out there and meet women and smash, but it's like I don't want to make it seem like like I'm tripping over the fact that I'm bringing them home over here when they could try to move that option to go to their place. Like, well, how should I be able to handle that?
Yeah, well, I mean, are you living with your parents or something now?
Yeah.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 31 right now.
Oh, you're 31. Okay. And so the thing is, what I would definitely suggest you definitely got to get on your game as far as getting out the house. You know what I'm saying? But for the time being, first, I mean, don't let that deter you from that. Trying to get chicks to smash, because like by you feeling a certain way about that is going to make it harder for you to actually smash chicks, because then that's going to be on your mind when you're trying to smash girls. I would say you can definitely go over their spots. You feel what I'm saying? Because me, like for example, I'm in an open relationship, right? So I still date other girls, but I don't bring women to my house. That's like the rule me and my wife have, where we don't bring nobody to the crib. So nobody can come to my house. You feel what I'm saying? So I only go to women's houses, or we split a hotel. You feel what I'm saying? So if you want to do that, you could do that. But it's just that don't let the situation of your where you're at be a thing. You understand? It's only going to be a big deal if you make it a big deal. Like if you could bring girls to your crib and it's okay, then you could do that too. But if if you make it if you don't make it awkward, it's not going to be awkward. It's really that simple. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just you being able to own that and be able to understand that this is the situation and it is what it is when you are interacting with these women. You feel what I'm saying?
Cool.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. So I want to thank you again for answering my questions. I won't take up much more of your time. I'm pretty sure that people got a lot more other questions. So thank you so much, Mr. Locario. Keep doing what you do, man.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right. Thank you so much.
Cool. All right. Who was it? Richard Jensen. We're gonna get to you, bro. So you're saying, how do you charge the girl to the game in a nice way without being rude? Dude, you just got to be cordial with what you're saying to her. Be like, listen, I'm, trying to do other things. And, we can still be cool. We can still be friends. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how the girl feels about you, you know, she might be upset, she might be mad, she might feel a certain way, but hey, you got to let her know. And sometimes, you know, even telling her you're going to charge us to the game is a nice thing within itself, because a lot of times, you know, you could just not call her. You understand what I'm saying? And that would be, you know, you know, I rather a person like let me know what it is, or, you know, it's cool to let a person know what it is. But, you know, letting them know and just being cordial about it, not being a asshole about the shit, it should be cool. Aaron Hudson, you say the woman should follow the man. Is this in all situations, or are there situations in particular where this must happen, and situations where it doesn't matter? Well, this is the thing. Generally, the woman should be following you. Now, if this is a situation where, let's say you're in a restaurant and your girlfriend's a doctor, and they say, hey, is there a doctor in the house? And she's trying to help the person, and she's asking you to do something to help her, then you follow your girl in that situation. You understand? But that's a specific situation. When I'm saying that the woman follows the man, what I'm saying is that in a relationship, when you are with your girl, right? She should be following you and following your program, because what happens is the difference between a man and a woman is a man thinks more on a practical level, no matter what the situation is, as far as, you know, generally, because of course there's dudes out there that, you know, they on some bitch ass shit or whatever, but the guy generally will think on the practical level, no matter what the situation is. So even if a guy is feeling emotional or feeling upset about a certain thing, he'll still do what's best for the situation. Versus women usually will do what their emotions are dictating them to do, even if it's not best for the situation. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's more beneficial for when those two people get together for her to follow his lead. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's the, you know, that's what it's about. You feel what I'm saying? Richard Jensen, you said these chicks be stalking you. You gotta be careful about the women you're dealing with, bro. It's crazy. It is crazy. But yeah, man. But guys, you got to make sure that you click the link below to get tickets to the Bad Boy Seminar, March 25th. The shit is gonna be off the fucking chain. Also, for those who want hard copies of How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day, I'm gonna have the link below there too. You feel me? And I just, for those who don't know, I just came out with my new book called How to Get Shit Done. That's going to be on my new website. It's going to be on my new website called Locario Motivation, which is coming out soon. And it's on Amazon if you want to purchase the ebook or the Kindle or whatever. It's called How to Get Shit Done. You just Google Mr. Locario, and then you can, find that on Amazon. You feel what I'm saying? So this shit is tight. So because a lot of people, they hit me up and they're like, yo, how do you get all this stuff done that you got done? And how did you do this? And how did you do that? And I write in that book exactly the things that I've done to make that go down. You feel what I'm saying? So if you want to step up your game on, your business or whatever like that, you can make that shit happen. You feel me? Jamal Vaughn, you said you could have sworn that you made a video like this, that I made a video like this before. Yeah, I've talked about this topic before. About looks and money and status and all that, because it's something that always comes up, when it comes to the game. You feel me? So, but yeah, that's why you probably thought that it's like that. Crazy. All right, so I'm gonna do another. I gotta go in another maybe 10 minutes. So if anybody wants to call in real quick before we get out of here. Crazy. Yeah, man. Did any of y'all see that video that was around? I did a response video to this shit called Hurt Bay, where the dude was talking to the girl about why he cheated on her. So there's a video of this dude, and he's sitting with his ex-girl and he's telling her, confessing about why he cheated and all this other shit. And the girl's crying, and all these women online got emotional about the shit. Crazy. Health in was it Heaven Deluxe? You said please help Kent and Oreo Man. I don't think Kent wants any help, man. I don't know. Roy Radish, you said any weight loss tips? It's gotta. He said Heathen Deluxe said hit the gym and stop eating. Yes, a lot about how you eat and working out. You understand? There's an app called MyFitnessPal. You got to download that shit, and it counts the calories for you. It's crazy. Fucking crazy. But yeah, man. But guys, listen, I'm about to go in a second. So listen, I want to make sure that you guys click the link below. Get tickets to the Bad Boy Seminar. I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in and hanging out. You feel me? There's a lot of people up in the place. We got Albert, Dre the Great, Khalid, Ojani, Lionel, Enoch, Barbara 747, Sir Morganson, Carvin, Harris, George, Dude What 212. What else we got up in here? Got a lot of people up in this bitch. Richard Jensen, Aaron Hudson. Oh, Neil Brooms is in the spot. I didn't even see you. What's poppin', Nils? You said it's Nikki Morgan and Chelsea from the Sexy Party Show, your homegirls. Yeah, Nikki Morgan and Chelsea. I haven't seen them in a minute though. I know Nikki was on the Breakfast Club and all that shit a while ago. But yeah, Mike 23 was popping. So listen, guys. Make sure you click the link below. Get tickets to the seminar, and make sure if you want the hard copy of the How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day book, go click the link. I'm gonna have the link there, and I will mail it out to you. Also, go to Amazon.com and get my new book, How to Get Shit Done, because it's off the fucking hook. And what else? What else am I missing? What else am I forgetting to say? I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna tune in next week, same time, same place, Friday at 3. We're gonna get this popping again, and I will holler at you guys later. I'm out of here, man. You said when does the hard copy come out? The hard copy of How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day you talking about? That's out now. If you're talking about that, Trinity. Okay, you can get that at MrLocario.com, or I'm going to leave the link below. Dude, what 212? You said leave us with one more golden nugget. I don't know. What else y'all want to know, man? Because, you just got to, the truth is inside you. That's the golden nugget right there. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I say it at the end of every fucking video. You understand? You guys have the power to make this shit pop. You understand? So it's just we gotta just keep this shit going. So all right, I'm gonna holler at you guys later, and you guys have a good day, and I will talk to you soon. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.